Hello, hello, everybody. Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Mimi. How you doing? Thanks for joining me, sweetheart. Okay. Let's get this party started. Hello to everybody. Mimi, nay. Hi. Thank you guys for joining the queen. Top a dozen. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. Got 13 in the room. I'll try to let a few more people get in here. Hi, Nay. How you doing? Thank you all so much for joining me. Appreciate it. Hi, Wesley. How are you? Thank you. Hello, Vala. How you doing? Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Trying to get this light right. It's a little bright on me. Ooh. Hi, Blessings Flowing. How you doing? Thank you. Oh, 46 already. Okay, I want to start because I got several updates and I want to get on to the point of this. First, I want to talk about Vanessa Bryant and Tiger Woods, and then we'll go into the information coming out of California. The source is the source for this information I'm bringing to you right now. Vanessa Bryant wants names of sheriffs accused of sharing photos of Kobe Bryant crash. Okay. Vanessa Bryant is filing a complaint to publicly name the deputies who allegedly shared the photos of the crash site with Kobe Bryant. It's been recently revealed that Vanessa Bryant is seeking to name LA County deputies who shared photos of Kobe Bryant crash site. Just last September, Vanessa Bryant sued the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department over the sharing of unauthorized photos. Additionally, she sought damages for negligence, invasion of privacy, and intentional pain of emotional distress. Furthermore, Vanessa Bryant's lawyers filed a revised complaint on Wednesday, adding the officers in the Los Angeles County Fire Department as defendants in the suit. In addition, the new court reports detail the internal matters by the Sheriff's Department. It goes on to state that one officer took up to 100 photos at the scene, several of which were then quickly shared by text and other phone messaging apps over the next 2 days by deputies. Moreover, it appears that the names of the deputies were blacked out in the report, so the court will be deciding whether the complaint should be sealed or not. These specific deputies need to be held accountable for their actions, just like everyone else, Vanessa Bryant wrote in the Instagram story on Saturday. After the death of her husband, Kobe Bryant, Mrs. Bryant herself has been making a lot of headlines. When Meek Mill made headlines for his late NBA star, Vanessa Bryant followed, addressing the rapper for his insensitive verse, "I'll go out with my chopper, it'll be another Kobe," the Philly MC rapped on the unreleased Lil Baby collaboration. Since the song leaked, it's been scrubbed from the internet. However, Vanessa Bryant caught wind of the song and she was not here for it. "I find this line extremely insensitive and disrespectful, period," the widow wrote. "I am not familiar with any of your music, but I believe you can do better than this." The source is the source for that said information. Okay, now I'm going to go into some more shenanigans pertaining to Miss Vanessa Bryant. So she's filing a complaint pertaining to photos released. I don't know how they got released, who released them. I don't really know much about that, but there's something else that fell in that article that I want to release about Miss Bryant. Okay. Vanessa Bryant hits back at claims Kobe was secretly a cancer victim. This is like more craziness. Vanessa Bryant has warned, and this is by Hello Magazine if you need a source. Vanessa Bryant has warned her fans of a scam that's been doing the rounds, claiming that her late husband Kobe was a cancer victim who relied on CBD products. Taking to Instagram, she told her followers not to believe the online article, which features People Magazine's logo and has a link to a third-party website. The article claims Kobe wanted to give out his little helper, his favorite CBD oil, to his fans. In his will, he supposedly pledged to send one free bottle to anyone in need. All that is asked by the Kobe and Vanessa Bryant Family Foundation is that buyers pay a shipping fee. Okay. The The article also claimed that Kobe, who was tragically killed in a helicopter crash with his daughter Gigi 1 year ago, was also a cancer victim. It featured a fake quote from Kobe that read, "When I got my diagnosis, I was devastated. And when you get into the Hall of Fame, there's this pressure to never show a sad side. My manager pointed me to CBD oil, which I admit I was skeptical of. Sometimes these alternative medicines sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but I was blown away by the results. I never knew something natural could have such a powerful effect." And you will see there is a logo with people, and then it also states that it is a scam. There, it's a fake logo. Vanessa warns fans of this scam. She shared screenshots of the fake article with the caption, "Lies, don't get scammed. Kobe never used CBD." It goes on from there. She's basically, trying to keep his memory alive, he and her daughter's memory alive. And this is just another terrible situation going on with this lady who's, as I stated, has filed a complaint against the LA Sheriff and Fire Department for release of photos. She wants those said parties who released them, the officers, to be named. And then she has some more mess going on with someone putting up this fake People article stating he had cancer and using CBD oil. She wants everyone to know that is fake, fraudulent. He never used it, and he did not authorize to send it out to people, and nor did he have cancer. So if you've heard of that, it is a lie. Okay, the next bit of information I have, oh Lord, it's so much, is pertaining to Mr. Tiger Woods. And thanks for joining me and holding out. This is by E! News. Tiger Woods breaks his silence 5 days after car crash. In his first public statement since the accident, the professional golfer thanked his fans for their support as he begins on the road to recovery. It's hard to explain how touching today was when I turned on the TV and saw all the red shirts, Tiger tweeted. To every golfer and every fan, you are truly helping me get through this tough time. At the WGC Workday Championship on Sunday, February 28, several golfers included Rory McIlroy and Patrick Reed played in red shirts and black pants as homage to Tiger's signature uniform on the green. According to Los Angeles Sheriff Department, the crash occurred just after 7 a.m. on Tuesday, February 23rd in Ranchos Palos Verdes, a city located in southwest Los Angeles. Tiger, who was the sole occupant of the vehicle, is said to have been driving at a relatively greater speed than normal down a hill when he hit the center median, crossed into the opposing lane of traffic, and landed in nearby brush. 2020 Genesis Tiger, he was driving, sustained several rollovers, police said. When first responders arrived on the scene, Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva told reporters during a news conference that Tiger was conscious and able to communicate. He was extricated from the wreck and transported to Harbor UCLA Medical Center with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. While the crash remains under investigation, authorities say they do not believe alcohol-induced impairment was a factor. No criminal charges are expected. Tiger has undergone multiple procedures to treat injuries to his lower right leg and ankle. The procedures were successful, and he is now recovering and in good spirits, the athletes team shared in a statement on February 26. The Florida resident was in Southern Cal to shoot a project with Golf Digest and Golf TV after hosting the PGA Tour's Genesis Invitational last week. One day before the crash, Woods was pictured giving golf lessons to Dwayne Wade, Jada Pinkett Smith, and David Spade as part of the project. Okay, let's see. In January, Tiger 45 pressed pause on the 2021 golf season to focus on healing after undergoing a fifth back surgery. Just 2 days before the crash, he said an upcoming MRI would determine whether or not competing at the 2021 Masters tournament would be possible. For more on the car crash and on Tiger's recovery, log on to E! News for the complete information. And this is by E! News if you need verification. So those are my two updates, two stories I brought you pertaining to Vanessa Bryant filing a complaint against the fire department and the sheriff's office, LA County, for exposing pictures of Kobe Bryant's crash and Gigi's crash last year. And also update that Tiger Woods is doing well. And now we're going to get on to the hot box out of Cal City. Oh Lord, thanks for bearing with me. 92 in the room. Sorry I had to bring you so much information, but it is what it is. Here is the interview. Well, maybe not. Hold on one second. I thought I had it on cue. Hold on one second, please. I got so many things going on. Okay.
EIU Accelerate offers students the ability to obtain college credit for eligible work.
Hey, good morning, Sergeant Pear. Really appreciate you joining me this morning. We just got word that the Bakersfield Police Department is now taking over the case regarding the disappearance of 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Warren West. Can you just kind of confirm that and give me the circumstances surrounding that?
Good morning, Maya. Yes, the Bakersfield Police Department is now the lead or primary investigative agency into the disappearance of Warren and Orson. What that means is that the Bakersfield Police Department, although we've been involved in the investigation since the very beginning, is now the primary agency for investigative strategies, compiling of information, conducting interviews, and processing the case with the goal of finding the boys. We will still work closely with California City Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigations to bring our boys home.
Okay, and that is certainly news to me. I guess my first question is, in previous cases that you and I both are on, whenever there's a jurisdiction switch in terms of a department taking over, there's new knowledge about something occurring within that jurisdiction. Is that the matter here as well?
Well, it's a combination of factors. There is information that is known to investigators, but unfortunately, and although I realize that the public and the nation is invested in this case, you have two sweet little boys that nobody knows where they are. And I would like to be able to tell you, but I can't. And you know as well as I do that it's not just the public that are watching this. It's if there are people involved in this, then they're also paying attention to it as well. And so I can't release specific details. What I can say is that although we've been involved in it from the very beginning, there's a historical nexus to Bakersfield. The little boys are from Bakersfield. Both their biological and adoptive families are from Bakersfield. And so it just makes sense that if most of the investigations and interviews and historical information that go into this type of investigation occurred in Bakersfield, that we're going to assume the jurisdiction for investigating it.
Got it. I know that you said there's a lot of things about the investigation you can't talk about, but let me just try to get a few things off the checklist. These boys were reported missing on December 21st, 2020 in California City. That's 70, 80, 90 miles east of Bakersfield. If they disappeared over there, I know you said that there is, relations between Bakersfield and the boys because they used to live here. But why is BPD taking over disappearance to happen in a whole nother city?
Well, also what we can do, so besides the fact that the historical information points to all of the relationships for the boys being in Bakersfield, California City has run a concurrent investigation as well. The Bakersfield Police Department is the next largest municipal police force. We have resources that we can bring to bear. The California City Police Department has done a thorough and amazing investigation, and we are going to give it a fresh set of eyes and look at the facts and circumstances. As you reported in the past, we've been in California City, although it's a little bit of a drive. It's in the same county, and we've been invested in it due to the familial ties as well as the history of the boys in Bakersfield.
Got it. So right off the bat, I mean, this might be an obvious question, but, the very first thing that the Cal City Police Chief said was, look, we believe foul play was involved. Those boys didn't walk out by themselves. Now, you guys are lead investigators. If I ask some of these basic questions, forgive me, but foul play is involved in the eyes of BPD, correct?
All facts and circumstances. So we don't operate off of hunches, innuendo, or rumor. Everything that we believe has to be based on fact. We would be remiss in our job if we didn't consider that as a possibility. However, we're going to let the investigation play out. The facts speak for themselves. We will look at both the possibility of an abduction or foul play, as we term, because foul play is ultimately a very loose term that can cover a wide range of circumstances, or a missing situation.
I guess what I'm wondering is, how much personnel do you guys have dedicated to this case every single day?
Since the beginning, we've had multiple detectives assigned to this. We've been working around the clock processing tips. As you are aware, numerous tips have come in because people care and we care. And we feel that stress to bring these boys home and to find the truth of the matter. And so we have allocated significant resources, both in personnel and man hours, and we will continue to. To this point, we've executed over 20 search warrants as a supporting law enforcement agency, and we'll continue to put manpower and process information and look for these boys 24/7. We need to find them, and we need to find out what happened.
Any suspects named in the case, persons of interest, or anybody questioned on behalf of the Bakersfield Police Department?
So I have a problem with the term of identifying suspects because, like I said before, we process the information. So in the beginning, as in any case, everyone's suspect. You look at the neighbors, you look at the neighborhood, you look through travelers, you look through registered sex offenders, you look through family members. And so we're going to not narrow our focus on any particular individual or individuals and look at the circumstances that surround it and let the case and the facts speak for themselves. And as the investigation goes on, I'm optimistic that more information will be available to the community because they're emotionally invested. As you've seen by the searches that have been orchestrated by the public, by the just the attention that the media, rightfully so, has paid to this case. We know people care, and we care. And so we're going to do everything in our power, and we won't stop until we find out what happened.
Got it. Okay, so essentially there's no one right now named or detained or arrested by the Bakersfield Police Department, right?
That is correct.
Okay, but just to be clear, you talk about narrowing the search and having an open mind, really, in an investigation that is dealing with two precious little boys here,
right?
Children. But it's been over 2 months since these kids went missing. I would imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, that if it started with a huge, world of trying to figure out what happened, do you guys have more of an idea of what direction you guys are going in this investigation?
We definitely have investigative paths that we're going to take. One thing that we would like is if anybody had contact with the little boys over the course of the last year, regardless of the context, whether it was a doctor's visit, on a playground, saw them at the grocery store, we would appreciate a call to the secret witness number. That's at 322-4040. And give us just kind of the interaction. We're interested in those historical facts, and that's part of the compiling of information. It's not just during the narrowing it down to the time of the disappearance, but we want to look at past behaviors.
Got it. And from your guys' investigation so far, because it's not like you guys are just all of a sudden picking it up. You guys have been on it since pretty much day 1 or day 2, right? From the beginning is what I'm trying to say.
We've participated since day 1, yes.
Got it. To your department, when was the last time the boys were seen, according to what you guys are able to compile?
Well, they were reported missing on the 21st, and that's the last statement that we have that they were seen.
When was the last time that you guys know of somebody saw the kids besides the adoptive parents?
And so we're starting to get into details that we're going to protect, and it's not because we like keeping secrets, but we have to protect the integrity of the investigation. So we're not going to give out witness statements. We're not going to give out statements made by people that we've contacted at all, because we do not want to close doors in anything. Even though we may take a beating, the perception in today's day and age is if you don't talk about what you're doing, you're probably not doing anything, right? Unfortunately, that is not the case, but we can't talk about what we're doing because our goal is to bring these boys home and find out what happened. And to release information that is extremely specific like that could jeopardize that. I'm not willing to do that. I don't think you want to do that. And I know the investigators don't want that to happen, and the people that care about the boys, which is the community.
Sorry about that commercial.
Certainly. I want to go back to the roles you were talking about, and I know you have to jump out of here in a second because you have something else right now. But what role does Ccpd now play in this investigation, and how do they assist with the FBI in terms of, fact finding, et cetera?
There's been dialogue throughout this. So what we know, Ccpd knows, what Ccpd knows, we know. And so we'll continue that relationship. Of course, because certain facets of this are involved in California City, we'll still rely on them. However, at this point, the information clearinghouse, so to speak, is going to be the Bakersfield Police Department as far as the primary investigation.
Okay, and I want to be really fair in my questions too, but I kind of just a few last couple ones here. Does the Bakersfield Police Department believe a crime was committed in California City or in the Bakersfield jurisdiction?
We're exploring all possibilities.
Okay, and then this, taking over the investigation, you guys are now the lead investigators. Was this a gradual type of decision that ultimately led to the press release today, or was there something that happened overnight, for example, that you guys said now we're the lead investigators?
No, I think it was definitely as the investigation progressed, it made more sense for the Bakersfield Police Department to come to the forefront.
Okay, I got it. So it wasn't like a major break in the case happened in the last 24 hours or something like that, right?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. All right. Is there anything I didn't ask that you want the public to know about your guys' involvement now, or just the case in general?
It's important that anybody that has information about the little boys, no matter how old or how recent, contacts us. We want to know it. We've received, as you can imagine, hundreds upon hundreds of tips, and we explore all of them. Because we want to know the history of the boys. We want to know the people involved in their lives. If you saw something suspicious in any of the communities as far as people involving juveniles, let us know, because we're going to take all of those facts and get to the truth of the matter. And a lot of this is through the community's interaction with law enforcement. And we rely on that, and that's part of our job.
Last question. In the investigation that you guys conducted, has it led you guys to believe this is more of a kidnapping, or homicide type of case?
We're looking at all possibilities, Maya, and I'm not going to get into specific about theories because investigations are still occurring. But nothing is out of the realm of possibility that we are not willing to explore.
Got it. All right, Sergeant Perry, I really appreciate you joining me this morning.
All right, talk to you later.
All right.
The results strongly support that these
That's the said information.
are not closely related to any known organism on Earth.
Okay, that's the said interview in its entirety. You can verify that said information on YouTube, the information I just brought you. I'm going to bring you a statement, and then we will go into the conversation pertaining to the Bakersfield Police Department being the sole lead in this investigation on the missing brothers. Bakersfield Police Department taking over missing boys case as lead investigators. 23 ABC is the source. Basically, it's just recapping what was said. The Bakersfield Police Department is taking over as the lead investigators in the case of the disappearance of Orson West and Orrin West 3 and 4. They were missing December 21st, reported by the adopted parents due to facts now known to investigators and the circumstances surrounding the disappearance. The city of Bakersfield is a historical nexus to the children. A BPD press release stated Monday, the California City Police Department and Federal Bureau of Investigation will continue to have active roles in the investigation. The release did not state whether officials believe a crime regarding the case occurred in Bakersfield. Let me repeat that. The release did not state whether officials believe a crime regarding the case occurred in Bakersfield. Our goal is the return of the boys, and investigation will continue until that is accomplished. All inquiries regarding this investigation should be directed to Bakersfield Police Department, so you all can stop crying about Chief Walker now. That's my part. BPD Sergeant Robert Pear told 23 ABC reporter Brian Wong Monday that a combination of factors and information investigators have prompted the department to take the lead in the investigation. Combination of factors that they have is the reason that BPD is now the lead. California City Department were the former lead investigators. In a statement Monday, Ccpd Police Chief John Walker said a decision was made this morning to have the Bakersfield Police Department take the primary lead. Over the past 2 months, our police department has worked tirelessly. Oh, Lord, jump off. Sorry about that. Connection. I don't know. Every time I talk about this story, all my information acts up. Very strange. Okay. Basically recapping everything they said, but I have to reread stuff for certain people because some of you don't hear very well. So you have to keep repeating the same thing over and over. Sorry for those of you who have finished the 12th grade. Yeah, I said that. So, combination of factors and information investigators have prompted the department to take the lead in the investigation. Okay, so it says, over the past 2 months, our police department has worked tirelessly, putting in countless hours investigating the disappearance of the boys. Our department's hard work has made me extremely proud, the statement said. BPD is asking anyone who had contact with the boys in the past year, regardless of the context, to contact the department through the secret witness hotline, 661-322-4040. We understand the public outcry. This thing keeps jumping off. I'm going to leave it alone. If you need verification for the statement that was given by the police department, the formal statement, you can log on to 23 ABC News and get verification of that said information. I'm not going to keep reading all that because it usually doesn't matter anyway. Most of you don't listen to anything and you make up stories even when you have a source of information. So we just going to, I'm serious. I realize that even when you bring a source of information, there's always going to be somebody that's going to argue what was actually said out of the mouth of law officials. So it's almost like you're wasting your time repeating it, but I'll bring a source anyway. And that's the said information from ABC 23. So I'm going to recap what was said pertaining to this. Oh, got oil dropping on me. Sorry about that. On a live. Can you believe that? Okay. Number one, history of the kids. The children have history at Bakersfield. They were born there, so this is why they're back in Bakersfield. Bakersfield Department says, we've been there from day one. We've been there in the beginning. We're going to give it fresh eyes. The chief just told you, they don't work on hunches and rumors. They do have more resources than Cal City. Brian asked about suspects. He says he has a problem with that. They're going to look at everyone, family, neighbors, sex offenders. Facts speak for themselves. No suspects have been named in the disappearance of the California City brothers. Investigator pass. The fact that somebody could have known the children is one path that they're looking down. Anyone who's known the children, seen the children, had any type of dealings with them in the past year, as he said, call the secret witness hotline. And I'm going to throw in, don't call YouTubers. How about that? Last seen, he asked about who last saw the children. They're not going to tell you who last saw the children and what they said. As to protect the integrity of the investigation, no witness statements will be given, which is common sense. They do not want to close the doors by revealing who said what about the children. They don't want to talk about what they are doing currently pertaining to the case. Okay, as you know, they are the lead. They're going over interviews and processing the case. That is why they're now currently working the case. They are still working closely with Cal City Police Department and the FBI. He asked about the jurisdiction switch, Mr. Bryan, and he said the chief, it's a combination of factors, and it's info that they now know, the investigators, is why there was a switch. He would like to tell you, but he cannot, because possibly the people who are involved are watching and listening. Also, the fact that the bio parents and the AP are from Bakersfield. Another reason Bakersfield Police Department is on the lead of this case. The fact that the children have historical nexus to Bakersfield. They have bigger resources. They have been involved from day one. They didn't just jump on board. For those of you who don't listen and do not pay attention to the information that was given day one, Bakersfield has always been involved. They just were not the lead investigators. And as they say, the boys have familial ties to Bakersfield, California. Bryan asked about foul play. The chief says he's going to let the facts speak for themselves. Foul play is a loose term. It can mean a various multitudes. They are processing tips, and they have allocated many, many resources to help aid in this investigation and man hours. And they are and was then and now a supporting agency to California City Police Department. That is the said information there. I will see if I found anything else to give you. I'm going to give my 411 now. How y'all doing? Thank my mods. Please be respectful in the chat. Hit the link if you want to give your commentary on the panel. Please do not use profanity or derogatory statements when you join the panel. Thank you very kindly. Everyone's getting excited that Bakersfield is involved, but what you need to know is that they were already involved. It's just that now they have come across some information, which was stated in this interview. The reason why they are now the lead, due to the fact that the children are from there, Bakersfield, the adoptive parents are from there, and the biological parents are from there. And whatever information they came across, which he will not reveal, is why they are now the lead. You all can now call Bakersfield with all your damn complaints and crying and moaning about what Cal City wasn't doing, what the chief wasn't doing. Yeah, I'm going to say that because some of you were getting jiggy. And basically, this chief is telling you the same thing that the last chief of Cal City told you. I can't tell you nothing because it's an open investigation. So now Bakersfield is the lead. And now I want to see who's going to start calling them, complaining and moaning about who won't talk to them, who won't let them get an interview. Tie up the Bakersfield police hotline telephone number, crying and moaning and complaining. God forbid somebody's house is on damn fire. They won't be able to get through because you over there calling because you think you important and self-entitled and should get information. Yeah, I said that on the stack. Cal City's role. They're still keeping an open dialogue. So know that Cal City is still involved with the FBI and Bakersfield's police. Some of you weren't about if there was a crime committed. That's why they are there. He let you know they do not know, don't have proof that any crime took place in Bakersfield in Bakersfield, California, pertaining to the children. They are exploring all possibilities. Something happened there, Bakersfield. That's what some of you are thinking. That's why they're back there. That's why they are on the lead, Bakersfield. As you see, the chief lets it be known this is a gradual situation. And as the case progresses, this is why they are involved. It is not that any news of anything happened for them to take the lead. But then that kind of contradicts why he said they do know something. They just not telling you. Kidnapping, homicide. Which is it? Chief says they're exploring all possibilities. That's the said information. And that's my recap of what was said during this interview. If you would like to hit the link and join the panel to give your 411, I'm just accepting whatever is being said by the police. I'm not one of those people to rock the boat pertaining to law enforcement, what they're doing, what they're not doing, because I know that complaining and moaning never gets you anywhere. They don't owe you an explanation. As you see with the chief of police of Cal City, he couldn't tell you anything if he knew it. He couldn't tell you nothing if he didn't know it. Same thing with this new chief. What can he tell you? It is an open investigation still. So he can't reveal to you what they know, who told them what, who said when they last saw the children, mama, grandmama, sister, cousin, the children who are now in custody of CPS. He can't tell you that because it's an open investigation. Yes, Mimi, in all due time. Thank you, Jules. Bio family looks like they may have more to do with it. Maybe, Heather. Maybe. That's the point. We don't know what they found out because, one minute he's trying to say there's nothing new. There's nothing, extravagant why we're involved, but yet you heard it in the beginning of the interview. They do know of something. They just can't say what the something is. It could be anything. And I find it interesting that he says, if anyone's had contact with the children in the past year, no matter how minute the situation was, please contact us. That said a lot to me. That although in one hand he says, we don't have suspects. We ain't claimed a suspect. We ain't got nothing new that happened. But we do have something which led to us being the lead. Tells me somebody's been talking. They've gathered something, seen something, got a verification of something, which led to BPD being the lead. And now we wonder what that could be. They can't tell you anything. What fool gonna tell you what they know? Why would they do that? Because as we state, you got to have a solid case in order to bring an indictment. Some of you that watch Law and Order, you know the game. Don't matter about how the suspect look. Don't matter about all the parties you think are involved. You got to have concrete evidence to take before the grand jury. All that. If you want to join the panel and give your comments, please hit the link that is in the said chat. Hey, Shortcake, how you doing? I've got 227 viewing. Thank you so kindly. I've known since day one it was not in Cal City. Well, he didn't say that anything happened in Bakersfield. Y'all not listening. He didn't say anything happened in Cal City. He didn't say anything happened in Bakersfield. He's saying we know of something, but we're not telling you what it is because it's none of your business. I'll tell you when I think you should know. Just saying. No, they're not going to tell you anything. Why would they do that? They may actually have suspects, but they're not going to tell because as he just stated in this article, so y'all don't listen, I can't tell you everything because the person or persons involved, they're listening. So why am I going to throw you out little grains of salt and them heathens are listening to me? Then now they know that I know that they're involved. But I don't have all the pieces yet So why am I going to throw their name out there when I don't have all the pieces yet? Yeah, somebody's probably singing, indeed. And that's why I try to tell you all about a case. YouTube is not the news. YouTube is not CNN. It's not MSNBC. It's not that. Sorry. Although I'm up here on this jukebox, but I call a spade because see, that's how the queen rocks. I call a spade. This ain't MSNBC. This ain't Nightline. This ain't BBC. Okay? So why the hell somebody gonna get ready to be calling a YouTuber to tell them something pertinent about the case? No, boo-boo, you need to be calling the police and the FBI. That's your best bet. Now, you want to go holler in a YouTuber's ear later, after the fact, that's on you. But if you have something pertinent, don't you think it would make sense to call the local news or the police department that's investigating? I'm just saying. Because it seems awfully strange. So many people getting birdies in their ears, yet you don't got no damn receipts to nothing. I'm just saying. You know how I roll. Bring a receipt. Who the hell calling a YouTuber to tell them something pertinent about a baby? I'm just saying. And I could knock myself out of the box on that instance, but you get what I'm saying. If it's dire information, common sense would be to call the authorities. Then if you would like to go say something to a YouTuber, Facebook, that's on you. But the authority should be the first person you notify if you have information pertaining to where they are, if they're alive, if they're deceased, what their lifestyle was like beforehand. That's what you do. That's the right thing to do. Not make up stuff about where you saw the kid, what they look like. They look like this or that. I mean, yeah, I've been hearing all the craziness and foolishness. I don't listen at everything I hear. I don't believe everything I hear because that's just who I am. I don't get jiggy and excited about what Paul told Dick and what Dick told Susie. If I believe everything that I heard that people said in their mouth, out their mouth, or hell, I mean, that don't even have nothing to do with YouTube. Hell, I would have even made it to 50. I'd just be a show enough damn dodo bird. Yeah, girl, and he said she did this, and Pookie said this, and Ray said that he did. Oh, all right. Bye, Felicia. I don't believe everything I hear. You're a fool if you believe everything that you hear. I'm just saying. But there are gullible people who believe anything that they hear. There are people who ride or die with anything that they hear. There's just people who are like that. They're cut like that. Anybody can come up to them and tell them anything, and they'll fall down on the floor like somebody, then, they just got struck by lightning, on the 211. I ain't going to fall down on the floor. I'm a big girl. I ain't getting down there to get damn stuck. Did you hear what I said? How y'all doing? Queen ain't getting stuck nowhere. Falling down on no gossip, no rumors. And that's why this chief said the same thing. I cannot go off hunches, rumors. I got to have something concrete. Well, Chief just said that last week. He said the same thing. Chief Walker said the same thing. Cannot just go run out here because you called in, saying that they were in the river, the lake, in a plastic tub, sitting on the corner of 15th Street. He wants to know, well, give me something pertinent I can roll with. Just saying. Some people follow others versus doing their own homework and fact checking. It's easier to some people. I like to know the facts. Yes, Mo 3 G's. Yes, you should always want to know the facts first. You should always be also leery of the messenger. You don't hear me? You should always be leery of the messenger. I keep trying to tell you. You can't listen to everything people say. I tell you all that when you listen to what I bring you. That's why I always bring you a source. So that way, when you want to get in there and get jiggy and get to arguing and falling all out and shit like you're 3 years old about what was said, that's why I bring the source. So that way, if I misspelled something just in conversation, you can say, well, let me go check that out, verify what she said. And I always know that even the information from the news can be inaccurate for one reason. They are still getting that information via a human being. So they're taking that person at face value that they are telling the truth. Well, when a person is spinning a web about their life, this and that, how the hell would the reporter know what's the truth? They're just asking you questions. You said you did what, when, where, how? You had a blue dress on? Okay, well, how can they know if it's truth or not? Because you don't know. Because you don't know. That's why they retract things to say, we misspelled the name. And or this was not accurate. Birthday, you know what I'm saying? Things like that that you can verify to show you made a mistake in repeating that. But as far as what Pookie did and where he went, who he talked to, you can't verify that hardly. Unless you're there. I'm just saying. You want to call in? Hit the link. Give you 411. Hold on one second, everybody. I done messed my shirt up here. This oil sheen falling down. Lord Jesus, help the children. So glad you all decided to join the Queen. Y'all stay in the Queen inbox. Yeah, you know I'm going to say that. I think I'm missing something. Hold on a second. I left something out. Sorry about that. I'm putting the link back up for you guys if you would like to join us. Give us your conversation. Or, typing this stuff in, it's like, Jesus. A lot. Hope you all are well out there. Thanks for joining the Queen. Yes, amen. I'm going to ship that on down to you. If you want to give your conversation, your opinion of what this new chief had to say of Bakersfield Police Department in California, Mr. Banyan Wong was the reporter on the said information. Please hit the link, and I will invite you up to give your 411. Yeah, my inbox stay hopping. Yeah, that's how loyal them fans are. They want to make sure the Queen stay on top of whatever Pookie said and what Ray Ray said. Even though some of that stuff I don't be interested in. No disrespect to nobody, but y'all know I don't really care about some of the stuff that he said, she said stuff. I don't care about none of that. You know, the news source or something. That's I'm okay with that. But that other stuff, that stuff don't mean nothing to me. Oh God, here you go. Hit it again, then. Just tell them to hit the link again. You know, this is a computer. Nothing is surefire with a computer. Know that. Every time I get up here, I hear the same thing about this StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. And if you've never spoken before, feel free to come up and speak. I just repeat the same thing. I've got 248 people viewing right now. Thank you all for joining me. It's a very interesting day with all this information coming forward. I thought they had a suspect the way y'all was in my inbox. Just saying. I said, Lord, they don't let the queen get to take care of no important business the way y'all was in that inbox today. I said, oh my God, what happened? I thought something had done happened. I did, Traveler. I said, oh, Jesus, what did happen in California? Nothing. I don't easily excite. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't get easily excited, especially from the stuff that I've been hearing lately out of California, out of that mud pile, up out that dirt. Nah, I don't get excited. You crazy if you want to be crazy. I keep trying to tell you, everything's a choice in life. Yeah, they say they saw the kids they didn't call the cops, right? But you call a YouTuber to tell them you saw the children at the mall. So y'all say, I'm just repeating what y'all say in the chat, because you know the queen ain't verified, or I don't put my stamp on anything pertaining to he said, she said. I don't know anything about it. As I stated, I don't live in California. So I have no idea what's going on out there. I just find it interesting how so many people hear things, see things, whatever. It's like a little clique out there. Have y'all noticed that? It's just like a little clique of like high school out there. If I didn't know any better, I really wouldn't think we were talking about missing children. Just saying. It's just very interesting to me. If you'd like to join and give your comments pertaining to this new information or the other information pertaining to Vanessa Bryant and or Tiger Woods, I am open to listen to what you have to say. Perhaps the chat would like to hear your conversation, your opinion. Tierra, I don't know anything about it. My information I brought to you is not about anybody seeing anybody. Let me make that clear. If you falling in here on a gangster lane, my video is not about Pookie or Ray Ray or Shaniqua seeing anybody. It's just on Tiger Woods, Vanessa Bryant, and that Bakersfield Police Department is now the lead investigator. That's what this video is about. Anything else, I have no knowledge thereof. Yeah, I don't know anything about nothing. Their sightings are like UFO sightings. Nobody else saw them. Well, you know, guess what? I guess it depends on if you believe in UFOs. How about that? If you believe in UFOs, you might believe that somebody saw one. I'm just saying. Well, Carmela, I'm praying for Tiger Woods. You know, he's lucky to be alive. Okay, Bigfoot. Okay, Harold, you crazy. Oh, thank you, Ann. Yes, thank you, Ann. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Must be in the area 51. Well, you know, all of that desert is area 51. Shut your mouth. Thank you, Night Owl. Thank you, Crystal. If you want to give your information, your comments pertaining to the information I've relayed in this video, feel free to come join the panel. I don't either, but I got attacked when I posted. Didn't believe it on the news channel. Okay. I'm able to jump on for 5-10 minutes. How long you been live? I've been live now. God, I can't even see my time. 54 minutes, dear. Thank you. Thank you so much, AC. Wow. Hello, everybody joining me. That's why I said, you're entitled to believe what you want to believe pertaining to this case. You're entitled to believe the sources that you are hearing information from, to each its own. Aquarius, how you shy? Y'all killing me. Yes, The link is in the chat if you want to join the stream to give your opinion on the panel. If not, I can check out of here. I'm not talking to no text. I done told y'all about that. I don't do it with grown folks. It's nothing personal, but I'm not gonna read 100-some texts back and forth all night. Hey, Queen Talks, how you doing? If you have never spoken, you have been in this chat talking, please hit the link to give your opinion. I don't understand how people can text all day. That's just weird to me. I guess I'm really old school. I don't get the point of texting. Shit, y'all have somebody go blind trying to read text messages for hours. I can't do it. I'm sorry. No disrespect, but Queen ain't able. Well, I'm 56 minutes into this live. I brought you information pertaining to Mr. Tiger Woods and Vanessa Bryant. Vanessa Bryant, the wife of the late Kobe Bryant, has filed a complaint, against the LA Sheriff Department and Fire Department for leaking information pertaining to her husband. And I want to say something about that. I want to know why and how. How did she find out that those photos were leaked, and why did they leak them? If it's true, let me say allegedly. If that information is true, I really would like to know why they leaked that information. You had to know somebody. She was going to find out about that, and why would you do it? It's just wrong, and it's just callous. And then we have to ask ourselves: did you sell those pictures? Because 100 pictures is a lot of pictures to take off your phone. So what I have to ask myself: did you sell those photos to a source, not a news source, but to a source such as like the Inquirer or something like that? Because if you did that, you're foul. And you're funky. You're real funky. Just saying. Allegedly. Okay. Night Owl's coming up because none of you else want to join.
Hey, boo.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm just going to get my commentary on the topics at hand. First, starting with Tiger Woods. I am glad that he's okay, but
Okay.
I think whatever he's going through, he possibly needs a driver because he keeps having motor accidents and situations, and he'll be gone for a while and he come back and say he's better. He'll play a few rounds of golf and then he ends up in another situation. I really think he needs time after spotlight and needs to focus on whatever is causing him to have these mishaps. I'm not gonna say it's drugs or alcohol or anything like that.
Yeah, they're not saying that it's alcohol related, and they're saying that they don't see any charges. So that means he was just speeding downhill. They say that area is known for speeding people. Anyway, incidents. That was information I brought you earlier. So perhaps he was just rushing. He was trying to hurry up and get to the site to do the whatever he was doing, advertisement or whatever for these people. He was in a hurry. Maybe he woke up late. He thought, oh man, I got to hurry up and get here. Because you got to remember, LA, Los Angeles is a very big city. You also have to count LA County. So we don't even know how far he was from his destination. He could have woke up late and just was in a hurry. And
hence why I said he needs a driver. Because he's always in something. He's always in something. Him and vehicles don't match. If we go over his record, him and vehicles the last few years haven't been the best of friends. And he has more than enough money to hire a driver, hire someone to wake him up on time, get his clothes ready, and all of that. Okay. But I am glad that he's okay. It don't go no further than that for me for Tiger, But I do have compassion. As far as Vanessa, I think what she's going through is horrific. And for anyone, well, you know what? Normal people don't like to look at gruesome photos or photos that are only for police and investigation, but you got to realize some of these people are not normal. They don't mind looking at gruesome, all type of things. People do anything for a buck. It don't matter. It just don't matter. It don't matter if it makes sense to us or not. For for some of these people, they're depraved in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
They are. You know, I couldn't imagine taking a tragedy of someone and then just, exploiting it for a few dollars, knowing that this man had family, friends, kids, and not just adult
Every day.
children, small kids that are going to have to grow up and possibly might come across this in some tabloid or some archive, some fool puts out there. People don't care.
Well, the thing is, people like attention. People like to be seen, be heard. That's just what I've noticed lately. That was a video I was trying to bring earlier, but with this update, I couldn't even put it in with the tiger and the Vanessa because I got a notification. Y'all stated in inbox about what was going on in California. I was like, Lord, I can't even bring the other content I was trying to bring. But yeah, there's a lot of attention seekers out there.
Yeah, but that's a form of addiction. You need help. If you find yourself getting off on somebody else's pain, because that's painful. And it hasn't even been long enough for this lady and her kids to have a moment to themselves. Yes, we know he was a celebrity, and I know people say they asked for it. Nobody, and I do mean nobody.
I'm not gonna say it. Well, because what we always have to remember, we are all flawed. But I don't wish death on anybody. I don't wish a horrific accident on anybody. That's just who I am. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people out here that do some really nasty, grimy stuff. Like whoever killed these kids. If you want to wish death on somebody, shit, wish death on their ass. Excuse my language.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying I know he's a celebrity, but I mean nobody, no celebrity, nobody sees their death in a way where they want you to come run up with your camera, your iPad, or phone, and make $1 off that. Nobody ever thinks about what if that was you and someone did that to your mama or your dad or whoever. Like people have lost all common sense. Like even in the 90s, we had tabloids and where they didn't call them blogs, but you had trashy magazines, but people didn't run up to be giving death site photo. First of all, why would you want to see that unless you're a depraved individual? And if you got that much fortitude to want to see that, why don't you go to school and become an investigator or forensic science investigator or something like that? But don't do that and capitalize off it and think you're doing something.
Well, people don't care about
Just
that.
a heartless, cruel. Oh, I want to say something.
This is the land of getting paid, getting your money, stack your chips. So nobody
and you're
cares.
Gonna pay for that in the end. You think you're getting away, but in the end, you're gonna answer. You think you're getting away with doing heartless stuff, you're gonna answer for that. You're gonna see that again in life. And as far as the takeover, I mean, yeah, I'm glad they taking over. My thoughts on that, somebody talking somewhere. The wall of silence.
What are they saying? What are they saying?
What are they saying? They saying more than what they've been saying. They possibly could be giving some information, location, or just some things that they might have known for a few weeks now. Whether it might be a hard time with those kids, whether it might have been they were over it, or it might have been something as far as they need to come up on some money. And it was a plot. But what I do say is people are going to be pleasantly surprised once this is, solved and everything comes out of all the players that are possibly involved. People are going to be pleasantly surprised. Because two people can't keep a secret. Two people can't keep a secret. And see, this case has multiple layers. So eventually somebody was going to talk. That money is going to make somebody talk. And with a new, team taking a new, look at the case and going back, we'll never know what's going to come out. But I do think that it's a weak link in the chain. They couldn't keep this going forever. That's one thing I've noticed about cases. No such thing as a perfect crime. You're going to leave footprints. You're going to leave some type of something out there. But if you've been paying people off and you no longer have the children in your custody, then that means somebody ain't getting no money. You can't really go nowhere because people recognize you, And I know it's gonna get mighty tight around there. If people ain't getting their little payoffs and everything like that, they get small change. Why keep getting a small change when you can get a big sum of money?
Mm.
You know. So I think that it's a weak link in the chain, and I think possibly somebody close to them is just waiting to come forth. I mean, you never know. Everybody keeps saying, this person, that person. I think somebody can be close to them trying to get information and possibly will come forth with that information.
Mm.
Now, that's just my 2 cents on it, because there's no way nobody is keeping this many secrets for these people. These people had to be paying somebody out for doing something.
Well, I don't think they
had to be
were around
giving
the
us something.
parents. I don't think they were very active around people, for one.
hmm
And I think that's kind of obvious.
But you had to have somebody. A man has to have somebody to vent to when he married, and he got that many children. He got to have somebody
Well,
or something.
let me ask you this. Okay. Because this nonsense is stupid to me. All this, because people starting to say stuff in the chat now. Anyway, about the side
Lord.
kids, what do you think about that? So I don't even like indulging in that stupid stuff. Especially when you consider the source.
When we talk about sighting, okay.
My head hurts.
Mine too. We deal in facts, but okay, we deal in facts, and I deal in facts, but I'm gonna say it like this: if we had no updated pictures of the children and they've been missing for a while now, how would somebody be so sure that those will be the children when the children were young and the photos that were presented and we know they are older?
Somebody said in the chat that I don't know if it's true, allegedly somebody just repeated this in the chat that or somewhere the person, the kids or whoever was with the boys called them by their names. Say, I don't know, that's gossip to me. That don't mean nothing. I don't even I condone it and all that stupid stuff.
I know. If the children are 3 and 4 and they call them by their name, what name when they been isolated with the West for over 2.5 years? What name did they call them?
I don't know.
And people need to put together comments say, if the children been isolated, we've been saying this for weeks. They've been living in the desert. They just been with the West. They don't know nothing about nothing else. How would they respond to somebody else? If you isolated, you would not, I repeat, would not.
Okay, Harold said they responded to the original name. Okay, Harold. Well, I don't stand on nothing.
How would they respond to the original name when
it's just somebody passing information? So I don't stamp on nothing because I don't know nothing about it.
Let me say it for you people out at the back. I mean, just if they wasn't with the bio mom no time and they were babies, they would know nothing about a original name.
Right, that's true.
That's away.
Right, that's what I gotta remember. That's a very valid point. I don't mean to interrupt you. That's true. If you were taken from your mother at 3 months, how the hell you know the answer to the name that she gave you at birth? The other one was gone at birth. The second child was gone. The one that couldn't breathe on his own was in the NIC unit, baby number 2. So he sure don't know no name. He couldn't. Oh God, I'm dead.
Angela, you see how we saw that in 1.1 seconds?
Don't nobody listen. They
wouldn't know nothing about a biological mother. They don't know nothing about a biological grandmother, a biological nothing, because all they know as a toddler is
that's why I would tell people to think. Don't speak on gossip until you think about what the hell the person just said. Why would a baby know a name? He can't. Oh, Jesus, come on, Lord have mercy. 3 months old. The next one was an infant. So how are they gonna respond to a name like you said? Because they were taken at infancy and 3 months. I can't answer to something. Well, hell, I don't even know who the hell I am. Oh my God, Jesus! Somebody called a prayer. I ain't never. But y'all don't think when you pass the information, you just hear somebody tell you something, then you just go pass it to somebody else. But you didn't even think about what was told to you before you even pass it to like, shit, that don't make no sense. What the hell am I pass that on to somebody for? It don't even make sense what the hell I'm passing on. But who am I? I'm nobody because I don't know the damn thing.
Me either. I'm only 40, but I mean, how
Jesus.
would they know it? I'm gonna just ask y'all in the chat. How would they know that when they don't even know nobody but the adoptive family? They don't know nothing about the
Okay,
biological family.
listen. Somebody asked the question. Wait, didn't the bio mom have visits with them as they got older? Those were regulated CPS visits at a CPS location. It's not going to matter if she went and saw her kids. She could call them by their name that she gave them, but it won't mean anything because they don't know her. They don't know the names. As we just said, they were infants when they got taken. So it don't matter what you call them. No matter what you call them, you gonna call them that name, of course, because those are the names you gave to them. But it doesn't mean they're gonna answer to those names because those aren't the names they've been going by. I don't guess. Now, you know what? I'm gonna take it back. They may have been going by them names when they were in foster care. So let's rethink that for a second. Who's to say that CPS were not using that classic and sincere name while in foster care? So perhaps they were, but when they got adopted, they changed the name. So that makes it even more confusing too. That let's just say they were using those names that Rondine gave them as babies. But then when they got adopted, here come these two retards calling them something else. Hell, them children have to be confused as hell. Good God Almighty, I'm done. I can't take it. This is crazy to me.
Let me say it again because I'm reading the chat. Whether they went by them or not, whatever you hear every day in the house is what you are gonna adjust to.
I said that, Tierra Brown, that they didn't change the names until they got adopted. What I'm saying is, if CPS, they all kept the same names of the children up until adoption, then the children would still be confused if they were being called Sincere and Classic, and then these two are now calling them something else. They would be confused. But like I said, I'm not a witness to what happened when they went in foster care. So I don't know what they was called, not called. We can assume CPS called them the names that Rondine gave them. Let's start back. Let's backtrack. They were called the government names. But you will still be confused if you've been answering to Classic and Sincere up until adoption. Now you're being called something else. So hell, you confused either way. Let's just leave it at that. How about that?
I'm not confused. What I said at first is what I meant. They were too young to even understand anything. They've been in and out of homes since coming into the world. So y'all want me to believe that
they were confused.
No, these people are confused.
I'm talking about the children. You would be confused.
Well, yeah, I get that.
You would be called Classic, and then now somebody calling you Orin, and yeah, you would be, because I didn't think about that. If they actually had their biological names, because I forgot, I just wasn't thinking about the foster care situation. If they were, those names were still the same. They called those two names, Classic and Sincere, as into foster care. Yeah, they would be even more confused when they got adopted and then called Orin and whatever.
I still ain't believe they heard no name and they turned around. I don't sum that up.
Now, what I'm saying is, you're not listening, because I had to rethink that. If
I agree,
they were called, if they were called, honey, the same names from birth, because naturally CPS will probably keep calling you the names that your mama gave you. It would make sense that they would be confused once adopted, and then these two called them something else. Because I forgot about the CPS situation, that they were in CPS for that little while before being adopted. So yeah, you'd be confused as hell that you've been answered to Sincere Classic, and now here come these two people change your name. So I didn't think about that. So I wanted to retract my statement, because I know how you all are.
I ain't retracting nothing. I agree with you. I'm not gonna retract it. I don't believe them folks seen nobody. If you seen somebody, did you call 911? If I don't hear nobody call 911 and the police was on the scene, I'm not believing it. Cause I couldn't imagine seeing somebody that been on the news and I don't call the police. What kind of sense that make? To me, you're riding a wave off innocent babies, and you ain't no better than the motherfuckers that got them lost. How about that?
Yeah.
Right. I mean it like I said, you ain't no better That's like me seeing somebody that been hurt and I see them, but my first mind ain't to call 911, get these people some help. So what's the point of bringing that? You're riding a wave off of innocent children. You're trying to hinder the investigation. We're getting you 5 minutes of fame, and you ain't no better. And your mama should have swallowed you. How about that? If your first mind is not to call the police and you know something been on the news, then your mama should have swallowed you because something wrong with your stupid ass. How about that? We dealing facts. We're not going backwards. Facts. How would you feel if that was your child lost and somebody saw your child? They don't think to call the police. No. No. We get on social media. What is social media going to do for a child that you see right then and there that you could have helped? What is that going to do for you?
Somebody said, so they I heard the bio dads are Mexican. I doubt that.
What do that got to do with anything if they didn't step up and get their children? What do they got to do? What do they ethnicity have to do with anything? You people are stuck on the dumbest type of stuff. What do they got to do with them going into the foster care system?
Look, what? You calm down now.
What? Because your borderline sound like a racist. What
I
do?
ain't about to get upset. I ain't about to get myself worked up about none
what do that have to do with their mama not providing for them? What do that have to do with the daddy not stepping up when the mama failed to take them? What are y'all trying to say? And it's all type of children in the foster care system. What that supposed to mean?
Raven said, and what Raven said, come on. Ain't no way to buy our dad Mexican, really. I'm dead.
I mean, what they got to do because they daddy Mexican? And how do y'all know?
Because I'm
going to get real gutter for you. Did y'all see the sperm implant in the egg and know that it came from a Hispanic man? Ooh, if you didn't see it, then I don't want to hear it. Did y'all see? Y'all sitting up there like y'all know these folks and got in the bed with them and saw the sperm and planted the egg and fertilized.
Don't y'all tell me I get jiggy. She
got the most.
I'm just listening.
Okay, so what y'all saying? The daddy Hispanic. Now what? What we gonna do with that? Y'all just found it out. Tell me how you found it out. Did the daddy come on the news? Did the daddy tell you he was Mexican? How? Y'all are gonna get so lost in this. I don't play this.
Out. What I'm saying is that this is why you can't bank on nothing, because people hear all type of crazy stuff pertaining to true crime and y'all roll with it, y'all run with it, y'all pass it along. Just stop.
I ain't never said
this is out of control. If for anybody that's really woke, y'all done took this case to a whole new level with folks on the ground jumping out of helicopters and parachutes, talking crazy. They walking around acting like zombies in a seance and shit, talking about these kids. I'm over it. I'm over all the he said, she said. I'm over all the cloaks and daggers and who called who and uploading videos and talking about nonsense. I'm over all of that. That stuff don't mean nothing to me. That's why I tell people I sleep good at night, because I don't deal in foolishness. I don't deal with none of this he said, she said. You can stay in my inbox all day with what you heard. That don't mean nothing to me. And then, like I said, it's nothing personal, but I don't deal with that crazy nonsense, because in the end it's nonsense, because in the end you don't have nobody to back up nothing. You don't have an AP backing up nothing. You don't have a biological parent saying anything. And I think it's really sad that ain't nobody. Ryan Dean, where you at? I really didn't want to say nothing about you yesterday when I watched somebody's video at the prayer circle they had. Dang, Queen, where was you, homegirl? I mean, where the biological fathers at? I've mentioned that. Where the church people at? We're going to throw all that in there, because I ain't about to make another video about nothing pertaining to these kids. I'm tired of making videos about where this one at, why it ain't on the news, this and that. Where was the prayer? Where was the church at day one? I want to know where you are, because somebody else was asking me that today. Where were you, the church? Where were you all day one? Why didn't nobody in Cal City of the Christian faith and Bakersfield, considering that is where the children came from. Why y'all ain't step up day one? Why wasn't nobody? Ooh, what somebody said, lay hands on the biological mama. We're going to put a prayer circle around her. Why are we only hearing from some cousin of the biological father? All that's strange to me. Something is wrong out there in that desert. Ain't y'all to figure that out? That this case is the most peculiar missing persons case of 2 kids? Something is grimy about them folks out there. Because you can't put it together to make it make sense. That's why you know it's foolishness. Because I keep telling you that. This is belly of the beast type stuff. This is belly of the beast type stuff. Aquarius 63, you're going to have to hook your mic and stuff, honey. It's belly of the beast. That's why you ain't hearing nothing. Because in the beginning, the children didn't have a chance. So here we are, round and round and round, round and round and round. Now we over here at Trezelle and Jacqueline. Now here it is. They distance from them. They give us some old lame, kooky story about how it played out, this and that, looks suspect. Then we got somebody jumping out of a helicopter talking about I'm the biological cousin. But yet, where is the mama, the baby mama? I mean, you broke your neck to get to that house to let people know you were the biological mother. It just seems weird that they're having all these prayer circles or whatever, but you're nowhere to be found. The biological fathers, you're not speaking up. You're not saying anything. You're not standing out there while somebody want to go film like we on, A&E network. Well, where are you? This is sad to me. And I said it because it needs to be said since y'all like uploading videos all the damn time. Fucking damn documentary. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on YouTube. Y'all some weird ass folks.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's why I said what I said. If I got common sense, I'm not listening to y'all. Keep going with your theories. I deal in facts. And that's all I'm gonna deal with.
I think it's strange what's going on out there in that desert. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about getting scrutiny. I'm woke. I've been woke. I'm 50 years old. I didn't get to 50 by listening to he said, she said, and gossip and cock-a-doodle-doo shit. I've been woke. I was woke when I came out my mama's womb. I'm the wokest of her children. Amen. So I don't believe everything I hear. And I know there's something sinister about that damn desert. You're talking about 2 separate places, but the mentality is the same. It's something wrong with those people in Bakersfield. There's probably some good people because my source is from the area. So I stand on that. Very decent person. But this other stuff I'm seeing, this whole craziness, all this old hush, secret, run to YouTube, whispering and stuff. It's just weird to me. It's weird. Right. Weird. Where is the biological mother? Where are the fathers? I don't want to hear nothing about no cousin and no sister. Man, scratch all that. How can you run out of breath to say you are the parent of these boys, but ain't nobody seen you? We're coming up 2 months. It's weird. Well, where are you? Why don't you say something? I don't care what nobody say. Why is one person doing all the talking for these babies? And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm speaking realistically. If there's something wrong with the picture, that this person is not the biological parent, because that is the person who came forward in the beginning. So I find it odd that the biological mother is not speaking up on any avenue pertaining to the kids. And I'm not talking about her coming to YouTube. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm saying speaking to the news, speaking to the chief. Excuse me. That's what I'm saying. Speaking to the people that's important, such as the FBI and, Cal City Police Department. That's what I'm saying. The fact the chief told you a week ago, he ain't talked to homegirl in probably 2 months. He said it. He said initially he ain't talked to her in a while, but other people have talked to her from Cal City. So I'm assuming that's the investigators, which that's expected, that they will be speaking to her instead of the chief, because the chief is just what he is, a chief. He ain't supposed to be talking to nobody. That's what the detectives are for. But it's just weird that all this round and round in world interviews, everybody want to be, CNN and Nancy Grace and Walter Cronkite. But hell, you're not talking to the mama. So I just find that strange to me. It's very peculiar to me. I'm sorry. It's just peculiar to me.
It's not that many cameras rolling.
Okay, she might be out partying. I don't know nothing about her. I don't know.
The cameras ain't out there no more for the fake tears. The money didn't come in like you thought. That's what that is. The money didn't come in like you thought it was gonna come in, and people rallying around you. So now we're gonna play it safe. That's what we got going on. That's why you ain't seen.
I tell you what, if you gonna say that because the money didn't come in, before I put another heathen in a BMW, I'm gonna buy me one first. How about that?
Right. But I just think that's what happened. I think that
whatever's going on, trying to do
I'm not
getting ready to donate no money, nothing like that. No way.
We thought that the money was gonna come in if I come out here with these tears, these gator tears, and fall out and pass out a few flyers. But then when everybody asked the important questions like how did the boys come out your custody, then when you find out it was more than just the 2 boys and you have to answer for it, then I'm gonna play it safe and sit in the back, and then let somebody else take on all the hits and get online and make videos and all this type of stuff. That's what I believe, because when you first came out,
ain't nothing but high school going on out there in that desert. I don't see how can anybody understand what's really going on. That's some high school click type stuff going on out there. Everybody calling the YouTubers. The only YouTubers they calling is from in California with all this he said, she said. I saw him with JR, Sue Ellen, Erica Kane.
Not JR and Sue Ellen, Erica Kane, girl.
He was over JR house and he was sitting over there with Erica. He's over there in her penthouse with Erica Kane, and then he was over here. He walking around the mall. He bought a lollipop. He bought a sugar pop. He bought a candy apple. All right, whatever.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it sounds like. Very cliquish.
Just sad to me. Very sad. Y'all the only ones got somebody calling and saying something, but they sure ain't showing no face about what they saw. I'd be glad. Oh, hey, it's me. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I saw him at the mall. But did you call the police first or the FBI? Because there is a $122,000 reward. Just saying.
No, because you riding the wave off of innocent children. Why would you? When you lying, why would you?
Hell, they might be in Dallas, Texas. They might be in Dallas, Texas. They might be at the ranch. Stop playing.
When you're sitting up in line and want some fame, this is what you do. Anybody with good sense know to call the police. I would say something, but I'm gonna just say it. In any other missing person case, you don't have all this going on. All this.
I ain't never seen. Let me tell you something. This is the most gutter ratchet case since Cupcake McKinney. Anybody that followed that case and saw how it was a jump off like day one, they didn't let you catch your breath good before they was on Facebook cussing, fussing, the baby daddy telling all this old crazy stuff, stupid people falling in, believing all that stupid stuff he was saying. Then here come these other chicks joining in, want 5 minutes of fame on, going live all the time. I just sat there and just watched it and said to myself, what in the hell is going on in Alabama? This mess going on in the desert is the same. The only difference is them folks in Alabama weren't in my inbox. The only people that were inbox were, people who were just wanting to talk about the case, blah, blah, blah. But I ain't have no problem with nobody threatening me and telling me what I should and shouldn't say on YouTube. Like I tell everybody, this is my channel. You don't tell me what I can say. I'm not no dodo bird. I don't believe everything somebody tell me. Now, because you want to sit up and listen to anything some fool told you about their baby and how their kids got gone, well, that's on you. But that don't got nothing to do with Angela. That don't have nothing to do with me. You believe what you want to believe. But what you're not going to do is come over here and tell me how to think. And that's what some of you been trying to do. You feel like I should think the way you think. No, I'm not going to think the way you think. Because I just don't believe everything that I hear. That's just who I am. I don't believe everything that I hear. I'm not going to fall for that. All that CPS talk and they just came and took your kid. You act like they came in there with, black coats on in the night with shades, some old madman type stuff, man. Whatever. All right. If that makes you feel better.
That's what I was trying to ask people. Do y'all think the CPS people wait on people to go to the hospital and give birth and say, we're going to draw straws on who giving birth today, then we're going to just show up and take their baby? What?
You gotta remember, this agency that allegedly don't never got nobody to work for them. So they sitting around at the hospital painting their nails and toenails, waiting for somebody to come there with a baby, and then go look at the baby and say, well, I think I want that baby right there. Let's draw some paperwork up and say the mother's been abusing that baby right there. Let's go count this baby number 3 over here in this corner. Oh, yeah, it looks like somebody abused that baby. Yeah, all right.
Now, y'all do know the social workers can't do nothing without getting a sign off from the doctor. They ain't just going in there and they make the whole call. They have to have proof to show the judge. But let y'all tell it. They corrupt and they don't throw the children and they don't change. Why ain't none of y'all went to 2020 and Barbara Walters with this information since they so corrupt?
I don't care what they say. I don't care about what these people talk about on YouTube. They ain't talking about nothing.
Because it amazes me the stuff that I'm hearing. Y'all need to separate facts from myths. Just stuff made up.
You can't separate something if your mindset is of the same people that got the kids missing and got the children abused. You just the same. And that's what some of you all heathens don't understand. You like these people. That's why you agree with them. That's why you rallying with them. You have the same crooked, sinister mindset. Because there's no way I'm rocking with nobody that abused no damn kid. I'm not rocking with you if you allowed somebody to abuse your kid. I'm not rocking with you if the state told you to cut people off to be with your kid. Stop doing this, and this.
Right.
I ain't rocking with you. Just tell the people, hey, I don't want my kids back, and keep it 100. And then you ain't gotta waste some people's time with them calling you, sending notices. Are you gonna show up for class? Are you gonna do this? Just say, I don't want them back. We're gonna cut to the chase. Don't keep them. I don't want them. It's over with. It ain't even nothing to argue about.
I totally agree.
All this old crazy talking around in circles and stuff. That's why I know most of the people in that desert, they just like her. They just like the rest of these people covering the story. They all the same. That's why they can rally with her, because they have the same mindset. If you could easily believe somebody and then start seeing the signs that they've been lying about their children, how they got gone, you just like her. That's why you rally with her, because you are cut from the same cloth. Just own it. You ain't got to argue. You ain't got to get on YouTube and fall out. Get your drawers all tied up in a knot, crying and moaning, going live with videos, hating on other people. It's called a spade to be done with it. Y'all getting all riled up out there in that desert. You really don't realize you're making a fool out yourself. You're making a fool out yourself.
Yeah, if you don't want your kid, just tell her, I don't want my kid. And be cool with that.
All this old crazy stuff, making up stuff, and y'all don't know this. You don't know nothing. How the hell you gonna rally for somebody you don't even know yourself personally? You're not with them every day. You're not around them every day, but you gonna go toe to toe and holler and scream on Facebook, social media, YouTube about a stranger. That's what I'm trying to. I can't wrap my head around it. How you can rally for a stranger who possibly could have been involved in abusing their children on this case or that case, which is how you want to word it. 2 separate cases of abuse. 2 fathers stepping in to get their eldest children when the last one was taken by the state and put in the hospital. And you will go toe to toe for somebody and don't even flinch to say CPS was wrong. How the hell you don't know the documentation? You ain't seen the paperwork. You don't know what was told. You don't know if there were informants involved that gave said information. You don't know anything because that's all private information. But you're willing to go toe to toe on somebody that got 4 kids, and 4 kids were taken out this person's custody at 4 separate times. But you'll go to bat for that person, but you don't know them. That's just weird to me. And even now, you fast forward all this stuff going on with this case. I haven't heard and seen one biological father come forward to say, I am the father of these kids. This is what happened. Why I am not involved in the child's life. You don't say nothing. But you got this other person coming forward and they doing all the talking. They doing all the interviews with people on the ground. I just think that's weird to me. I'm sorry, but that's just odd. It's very odd to me. It's just odd.
I mean, it's not to me, because I have family members that have done this, and the exact same thing that the bio is doing. I have family member that did the exact same thing.
Yeah, but
And
it wasn't a national story. Did the story make the news? Night Owl.
no, but when it came down to what you said, pointing out, if you just don't want to, say you just don't want to. You don't have to lie
Well,
and
that's what I'm saying. But
pretend.
that's the thing. That was privately done. That situation was private. These kids made the news. So I don't understand why somebody would immerse themselves in the case, but don't follow through and finish the race. That's what I'm trying to say. Rondine is not finishing the race. She's bowed out. And it's odd because you are the one who came forward as the biological parent. So why don't you stand out there and be seen with the billboards and then talking to people about your kid, the news, whatever? You done fell off. And I just think that's odd because you're the one that came forward. That's all I'm saying. And these other people on the ground rallying and stuff, it's just all the behavior and the stuff I'm seeing, all these crybaby syndromes and stuff, it's just weird to me. All this whining and crying about, the chief won't talk to me. And who are you? That's what I don't understand. I mean, who are you for the chief to talk to? Is what I don't confused about. See, everybody is self-entitled that has immersed themselves in the case, but they're the same ones that's always judging somebody else, but you showing that you're not genuine, and you swear for God that you are. You're the same ones posting all these stupid ass posts and Bible scriptures, but you are not genuine because all you do is talk about yourself. To me, you ain't no different than Jacqueline and Trezelle. You're the same. All your posts is about me. Why are you talking about yourself? What you can't get out the deal? Nobody will talk to me. Well, who are you? You just keep saying the same thing over and over. It's about the boys. It's about the boys. I can't tell. Look like it's about you.
And you.
All y'all do is, I'm tired. YouTube is boring. You all are boring the hell out of me. I've never seen a world where people go live all damn day about themselves. It's the same thing with Facebook. Just live. Talking about yourself. But you're a Christian and you fighting for this cause and that cause. But in the same time, you're going live, you talking about yourself and your foot hurting, your head hurting, your ankle twisted, and this and that. All right. Whatever. I'm talking about who I want to talk about. That's who I'm talking about.
No, I ain't see that. Yeah, of course that's what they're gonna do because that's the popular thing to do. Everybody is riding away. I told you she stopped riding away when people asking questions.
These folks, I'm just telling you, that desert dirty, man. That place is dirty. That place is dirty out there. I've never seen so many people have such a foul disposition, but in the same breath will cry and moan that they care about those kids. But really, you don't really see what we see. See, you up there talking and prancing around, flipping your hair and moving your phone around and all that type of nonsense. But you really ain't seeing what the hell some of us is woke seeing on the other side of the camera. We seeing folks that's self-entitled and all you're doing is talking about yourself in the same sentence with saying I care about those kids. I'm just saying I ain't never seen a case where somebody's missing, plural, but the people who doing all the talking, they just really talking about themselves. It's weird. It's very weird to me.
Everybody want to be famous.
Well,
that's what I chop it up to. Everybody want to be on the news. Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want their names in headlights. Everybody want to sit down.
Well, good luck.
But the ones that should be doing
maybe Oprah call you, see if you want to get on the OWN network, get your reality show. Shit, call Oprah.
Oh no, Oprah ain't fooling with this ghetto mess. It's too rich for her blood.
Call Oprah, see if you can get a reality show.
It's too rich for her blood. It's too rich for her blood. These type of folk,
Futon bloggers. I said it.
You know, it that's a little too much, and I will say it again. Everybody is taking the focus off the boys with this foolishness. So it's like the cupcake case. You're
Where's
gonna know
I don't
more
know what
about
to
the
tell you.
side show.
Just come back up. Just hit the string, baby, and come back up. Right. Raven said, say it again, wanting to go viral. I mean, you going viral, but you ain't talking about nothing. It's the same thing with all of it. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, just people standing in front of the camera just talking about nothing all day long. Just don't be talking about nothing. And that's all social media is, just somebody sitting in front of a phone or a computer talking about themselves endlessly. Endlessly. And then you got these damn zombies falling in behind them, you know, like Thriller.
Okay, Mike. But yeah, you're right. And nobody is caring about the boy because everybody
But
wants
the
to
situation with
be
the boys is
famous.
long gone. Them folks ain't thinking about them kids. They ain't thinking
Well,
about
they
them.
never was because, I'm going to say it again. If they had this much concern, why didn't they have all this concern when the boys was around?
Mm.
You didn't just get the feeling like this was on your heart and you just, want to do this for all kids or anything like that. No, you want to ride the wave.
Yeah. All I can say is, where your 800 videos at? Ching.
Not, not the 800 queen. They ain't got the 800.
No, wait a minute. Wait, worry about Queen shit. Where your 800 videos at?
They still waiting to build them up.
Where your 80,000 views on the video? Ting. Yeah, all right. Worry about what I'm doing and when somebody last watched the video and you ain't got but this many likes on this video and why would that bother you? The point is it's content. It's content that don't got nothing to do with Cal City. Raw.
It's content that we can engage in and make sense of.
I ain't build no channel. I ain't build no channel on no one topic. I ain't build a channel on one topic.
And for the ones that's doing that, where they channel gonna be at when this case is long gone and over?
Nowhere. On a futon.
You taking me out now with a futon?
I want my cash out, motherfucker. Go buy you a fucking sofa to stream from.
Oh my God! See, y'all gotta stop it.
I said it. Shit.
D told them folks go buy no couch.
Look. I'm gonna be like Erica Kane. I'm streaming deep. I can sleep on mine.
Oh my God.
I can sleep on mine all day, put my big fat feet up and rear back like a fat cat. Meow. Meow.
Baby, you ain't playing with these folks tonight. These folks don't get on your last nerve.
Meow. 800 videos plus. 800 videos plus. I ain't got to prove nothing.
Check the videos out, y'all.
But I don't have to prove anything.
I go back all the time.
And that's the whole point of this YouTube fiasco. Is these people always got something negative to say about it, somebody else. I told my homeboy, I said, he's like my brother. I said, I ain't never seen people so ratchet, worried about stuff that don't have nothing to do with what that they say they should be focused on, which is these children. They worried about what everybody else doing and saying. And he told me, he said, well, you need to be like them other ones. They talk about they've been hated before. Some YouTubers been hated before. They talk bad about them, loud and say all kind of crazy stuff. But guess what? What they figured out is every time you talk bad about that YouTuber, you sending somebody to their channel, whether they like them or not, whether they end up liking them or not, whether they fall out, don't like them, whatever. You sending them over there. He said that let you know their game ain't tight. Because he said only a fool would do that because you sending them over there and you ain't figured that part out.
They slow, baby. That's for the slow dummies in the back.
Just ignorant, just so ignorant, and always trying to be sanctified, trying to be sanctified by what you ain't gonna talk about. Then you all up somewhere that's supposed to be positive about the kids at a prayer, and all you doing is talking about somebody else negative on your live. That's so ratchet.
Y'all ain't got time to get a Lord, no time to pray for the children, baby. That's a demon from hell. I'm sorry. Shoot. If you showing a prayer and talking negative, then you ain't got no time.
How you gonna talk about somebody else on your live, but you supposed to be positive? But that's what people do. But you steady judging other people. That's why I say these people are disingenuous. But see, I don't worry about them. That's why I tell people, don't talk to me about none of them other folks, what they doing, because I don't get any folks' business. I don't care. I'm not concerned. I don't care. I wouldn't waste my breath caring.
Right.
Because I don't rock like that. I don't care about what other people are doing, be it on social media and or in life. I just don't care. And I think these people really need to realize Queen don't care.
But they want you to.
I have no reason. Have no reason.
When they see what they want to be, boy, they hate. That's all that is.
I mean, it's all sickening to me. So it's all sickening to me. I've just never seen a case that's got so many anonymous callers to YouTube.
Me either. That's a good thing that you brought up. Y'all giving out y'all numbers.
Ring. YouTube, are you there? Hi, I just wanted to call you about the missing boys out of California City. Yeah, well, I last saw them at Walmart, and they were sitting in the restaurant at the Subway. Yeah.
I ain't never seen nothing like that either.
Bravo. Shit, why don't y'all go to MGM and go take some headshots and try to become an actor?
You gotta have talent.
Well, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good when you go live and you got all these people, Thriller.
That Thriller.
You got all them Thriller folks.
Walking Dead.
They got the followers, boy. They got them, and they be mad too. They be wanting to fight. I can tell them they be in the chat. They be wanting to fight. They're doing their job. They're out there. They're rallying. I want to tell them. Tell that person you following behind. Tell them to send you some money on your damn electric bill. See how that works. I'll wait. All right.
Did it bad?
Girl, bye.
I thought about that the last night when I said Queen be saying they can
tell them pay that $400 Lexus car note you got. Let's see how good your friends are with them YouTubers. Tell them pay your damn car note. That's what you do. Tell them pay that mortgage you got. That's all I'm saying. Tell them.
They can tell them ain't nothing gonna happen. They can tell them ain't not one thing gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Not one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know better than that.
All I can say
you got
is
them on the line like Tyrone.
Girl, bye.
They have them on the line like Tyrone.
Dear. Get the link in the chat, sweetheart. We go, what's up, Winnie? Hold on, she been up here. How you doing? Hello, Miss Winnie.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi.
Winnie.
Hello.
How you doing? Hello.
Hi.
Okay, hello. Yes.
Hi, honey.
How you doing?
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Winnie, okay, I can hear you, baby.
Okay, good. You guys is acting a fool tonight.
My channel.
Girl, I ain't mad at you. Do you, boo?
I pay the cost to be the boss. You don't like it? Go watch Law and Order. It's free. Put your internet and cable bill to use.
Well, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't keep tuning in or calling you.
How you doing, baby? What's going on?
I'm doing good. You're speaking the truth.
Okay, baby. What's up?
Well, out here, it is strange. It is very strange.
Okay.
I mean, and it can be clicky, and these people do act weird, right? They do act weird.
Okay.
I mean, these is kids though, so I'm gonna have to hang the phone when it comes to the babies, cause that's not okay. It's not okay. Nothing that's happening is okay.
Right.
It's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a secret about anything that is going wrong with some children. These kids have been missing way too long, and all these people involved, and we ain't got no kind of answers. We ain't got nothing. And people calling from all over the nation. Okay, I don't know what happened up in the desert, girl, because I ain't in no desert. That's not my style. I mean, I ain't never booked a vacation there and never will. And I ain't driving through there unless I have to.
Right.
So no, that's weird. It's all weird. You're absolutely right. And these people calling me with all these tips, and I didn't see whoever Pookie and Ray Ray, like you say, they ain't seen nobody. They ain't seen nobody. Call the police. Call the police. I'll grab a kid. If it was
but look here, Winnie.
And if so, I'll grab them and call police on me. Please do.
Right. Look, Winnie.
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you entertain it? That's the crazy part. Why would you, as a sane person, entertain it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because everybody like a story. Everybody like them. They ain't got nothing else to do. I mean, we've been in COVID for how long? I mean, I work with the public on a daily basis, and these people is thirsty for drama. I got people coming up to me telling me they business. I don't care. Give a goddamn about business. I really. What do you need?
Right.
What can I help with?
Right.
And keep it moving.
Right.
Keep it moving, because my struggle is here too. I'm trying to freaking go to work, go home, figure out how to socialize when it comes time to get back out here in this earth. I didn't show my family off. I didn't show everybody off. I married 5 family members during COVID. I ain't got time for all this. And I don't care if your daughter from Rio de Janeiro came to visit you in 3 months. I could care less. What do you need from me today? And what we need today is, where are the boys? Period. Okay. And this is ground zero stuff. We ain't got time for this. Ain't nobody got time for this. This is ground zero stuff. These people know good and darn well that they the last ones to see them kids and win. I still am waiting on what day. What day? Okay, I need a verification on the last known day. Okay, as far as the mama go, girl, I ain't speaking on that, because that it is what it is. You put the facts for. I could see you mishandling 1, maybe even 2 getting snatching at birth, but not 4, honey, not 4. Not 4.
But
I stated to you before that
we don't know what
myself
we're talking about.
Grew up in the system. What?
Right. But
who don't know what they're talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. No, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I don't really care. That's why I said I'm not about to argue with nobody about nothing pertaining to nothing going on here, there, Cal City, anywhere. I tell people all the time, you believe what you want to believe. I mean, you're entitled to believe what you want, but stay out my lane, because I ain't in your lane. I'm not in your lane. I don't bother you people.
Well, it don't take a rocket. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you don't get 4 kids taken in the system, that there's something wrong. Okay? There's something wrong. I grew up in the system. I told you that. Ain't no secret.
Where you getting this from? January 11th. Where you getting that from?
4 children? No. We need to have a sit down and a real talk about it, boo. Okay? And I don't know what you're talking about, because like you said, the people should have come out. And the reason why the people in California don't come out, because they know bull crap when they see bull crap. You ain't about to have no church rally behind you. You ain't about to have no communities rally behind you under no nonprofit organization, so forth and so on, and anything like that. When there is a questionable discrepancy in the story, and this
That's why I was
story
wondering. That's what
has
somebody said
many
today.
of
Is it
questions.
possible that that's why there haven't been any churches and people coming forward from Cal City, Bakersfield? Because it's just strange to me that no Black organization churches came forth in the beginning. Don't nobody find that peculiar? That's very peculiar to me.
It is very peculiar, and
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
just
quite
odd.
honest with you.
The church ain't praying for you. Well, you ever
I,
heard of a Black church not praying for somebody with missing kids? I'll wait.
okay, well, you know what? I got 6 ministers in my family. And I'm talking about all the way from Sacramento, California, all the way to Oakland, California, all the way to Union City, California, all the way to San Jose, California. And ain't never one of them ever lifted story up in prayer. So I'm not, I don't mean no disrespect, and I hope my family don't see this and pray over me on Sunday or next Saturday when we bury our aunt from COVID. But I'm just hoping. But I'm telling you, it ain't hit the lines like it should hit. If people didn't
Something off.
smell something
Something is way off. Yeah.
stinks, something stinks about this story.
Yeah, it does
Something
stink.
stinks to high heaven about this story. And you are not gonna get people to disgrace themselves or put shame on their name, backing up
Yeah.
no crap.
Yeah. I just
But
find
I
that
do
odd
want to say,
because people go missing every day. Kids go missing, all different races. So I just find it odd that nobody was a member of a church in this family of the West or the biological family. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it real. You mean to tell me nobody in these two families were a member of a church or synagogue where somebody could come forward to lay hands and pray for these people? I ain't never heard of nothing like that. And Black folks grew up in the church and know about the church. Why no church ever came forward? That's just something ain't right. There's
right,
a leak in this
you're
old building.
absolutely
That's all
correct.
I'm gonna say. There's a leak in this old building. Amen.
You're right, Angie. Angie, you're right. You're right. And my family has been in the ministry from the AMEZ Zion Baptist Church from the beginning of my life, and I don't know nothing else. And they ain't never once did no prayer about
Right.
this in no
Yeah.
church,
Strange to
in
me.
no
I don't know
Zoom,
somebody
and
because
we doing
everything.
church on Zoom.
This is what, and this is not to say throw any shade to a few that are probably decent that have went out there to that house or whatever. But what I'm saying is, it is odd to me with being as old as I am and seeing the things I've seen with missing people all over the world and in this country specifically, that a church or organizations have not plural come out to rally for the kids. All I've seen are people going to that stinking house, that dusty house in the desert, to stand around. It's weird to me. I understand that that's where the kids allegedly were missing from, but you have to admit it's something weird about every time somebody got to talk, they got to go to the house. Every time, of course, police gonna go there because that's their job. But why are you there all the time? You got to talk to go there. You got to go live there. You got to pray there. Where I'm
Okay,
just saying, where
well,
are these other Black people in the cities? Where are they? Why is it always there? You can't rally at
okay,
another church. You can't hold a prayer service at a church. A church can't hold a prayer service. That's just weird to me. That just seems strange to me. In both Cal City and Bakersfield, says something ain't right. Something's
okay,
wrong.
well,
Something's not right, man.
okay, and I'm nowhere near either one of those places. But I hear you, sis. I hear you. And I can't disagree with you. I can't argue what you've been saying thus
This
far.
is this just don't make no sense to me.
It is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, it is absolutely. But I just can't for the life of me figure out why they ain't sat these people down and strapped them down and interrogated
Okay, listen, somebody in the chat,
for hours.
Mama 2 said we had 3 pastors come out to pray for us the first week, but since then it was too crazy for them to ask him back. Are you referring to this case, Mama 2? Or are you talking about something else? Oh, Backspace wants to know. Now, this is a great point. Queen, this is the question. Backspace said, I wonder why they haven't been at Ryan Dean's place of residence to hold a candle vigil. Shut your mouth. That's what I've been wanting to mention. I couldn't remember. Backspace, thanks for saying that. Because me and Queen was talking about that earlier. And I told her I couldn't remember the question. Yeah. Why y'all ain't been at Ryan Dean's chanting? I'll wait.
Well, they may have, but it may not have been a public thing.
Okay.
Now, you know, it might not have been public.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, Winnie.
Don't get mad at me. And
I ain't mad at you.
Saying, it's a possibility.
I ain't mad at you, but I just want you to think about that.
It's a possibility that it.
Oh yeah, everything's a possibility. Everything's a possibility. Indeed, everything is a possibility. You are so correct.
Well, I'll tell you what's not a possibility. She ain't getting the kids back, no matter what. Not today, not tomorrow, not no day, not yesterday. Hello.
Yes, the locals organized a prayer that first week when TNG were still at home. They didn't come. Okay. But what I'm saying is, even if the adoptive parents don't come or the biological parents don't come, you still can have a prayer for somebody at your church. It don't matter who show up. If the people in the family don't come, okay, they don't come. You can't make nobody come. But what I'm saying is, you still can have it. People. There's somebody in the community would have showed up. Could have just.
But maybe the media didn't show up.
Huh?
But maybe the media didn't show up.
Well, but you can't. It don't matter about the media, baby. If you having a prayer circle, it doesn't matter who shows up. Just so you have it.
But how do we know they didn't have it? And I'm not defending it.
I'm just saying, don't you think the news or somebody would have said something in the beginning?
I don't know.
You always get wind by the news if somebody's having a prayer circle for a missing person. That hits the ground running day one.
Yeah, I mean it is a high profile case.
Such and such church gonna have a prayer circle for such and such missing. And they announce it through social media, the news, and then you either show up or you don't show up. I'm just saying it's odd to me that no churches in Cal City had no prayers or no prayer circle or Bakersfield in the beginning, no black organizations. I'm just trying to figure out what this black commerce. I'm trying to figure out why y'all just not seeing. I'm not trying to throw no shade on them either, but it just looks suspect. 2 months in, you just now want to talk about the kids missing. It's just. I don't know. Just something that's just not right with this Bakersfield and Cal City. It's something wrong. And I'm trying to figure out what is it. Because something is suspect with nobody coming forward to talk, rally, besides these little folks that's in the neighborhood and some cousin or 2 or 3. I'm talking about a whole black community or white community, whichever coming out. I just ain't never heard of churches not coming out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's a desolate area, and I agree with you. That wouldn't happen in the area I'm in. But there, you're right. It's something strange. It is very odd. Very, very odd. I agree with you, but you can't group us all together.
I'm not grouping everybody together. I'm just saying it's odd that churches didn't come out in the beginning. That's what I'm saying. And no black churches didn't come out, whether it was Cal City or Bakersfield. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just talking about in general. It's just rare that you don't hear of churches coming out, is what I'm saying.
I hear you, Ash, but I don't think they have a lot of black churches out there, which is why you haven't seen boots on the ground of people of color.
Yeah, but there's black people in Bakersfield, baby.
They are, but they're not the majority. They're the minority.
Okay, but
very
what I'm saying,
few, very far.
What I'm saying is,
I would never buy a house in Bakersfield. I would never move there.
Well, even if it ain't a lot of black people in Bakersfield, you still got a black church out there. You mean tell me there ain't no black churches in Bakersfield? Ain't not one.
Maybe one, honey. Maybe one.
Out of 377,000 people?
Maybe one.
Out of 377,000 people. Because you know I Google, right?
I know you do, babe. I'm not here to disagree with you at all.
No, I'm not trying to be funny, but I just want you to think about what you're saying. You're talking about almost 400,000 people. You want me to believe there was not one church, black, white, or Jew. I don't want to just sit up and say even the black people, but I got to throw them in there because the children are black. You mean to tell me out of 377,000 people in Bakersfield, California, that not one church could have come forward in the beginning to rally to say, oh, yeah, we know them. We know the family. We're going to have a prayer circle. That's all I'm saying. That it's odd to me. Day one is what I'm saying.
And,
whether they were white or
black. What I'm saying to you is probably 3,000. That number you just see is probably black. And these churches are not coming out when they smell something that stinks. They just not. They just not. And I think
okay, then say that. Well, then say that.
Look at it from that perspective too.
Okay, well then just say you think
that,
the reason why the churches. Okay, well, so you got to say it again because some of the people probably confused. Just say it again. Well, I think that the reason why there wasn't a lot of people, churches, whomever come out is because they suspected something funky with these people and the kids.
Absolutely. I stated that from the beginning. I told you that I come from a family of a ton of ministry from here, from Sacramento to San Jose, California. And not one of them have brought this up in any Zoom church services since this has happened.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to think I'm trying to be rude. Know. Because I have to explain myself when I go live. I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm just saying when people go missing, whether it's a child or not, it's just odd when you don't see other organizations, churches, whomever come forward in the beginning. That's all I'm trying to say.
And you're right. You're right. But when something is wrong and something stinks in the air, that's what happens. And you're right. You're right. And you're not being rude at all. At all.
I don't know. It's strange to me. Okay. Angela Ringo said there are black churches here in Bakersfield. Okay. The city has received 10,000 from Victory Baptist Church, Ron's and Kim Smith's, and another 10,000 from West Coast Realty. Okay, yeah, I'm not talking about the money, baby. I'm talking about the prayer circles and coming out and talking. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, being visual.
Yeah.
Put in some price and some light.
Yeah. I'm just talking about the gathering, not
absolutely.
The money.
You don't see that.
Gathering out. That's all I'm saying. It's just odd to me. Yeah. That nobody was coming out in the beginning just to talk and have the prayer circles. Like when people go missing, churches come out to pray. And I'm saying, so you mean to tell me that the children, the adopted parents didn't go to church? They didn't go to no church?
Right. And here's the thing I agree with you the most part about is that irregardless to how much the story stinks to high heaven, these kids deserve some acknowledgement, some recognition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They should come out and put some light and focus on these kids, but they're afraid of losing the congregation and the credibility because we've already talked about the finances out here. People they move different because they don't want to lose no financial backing or supporting to do something where they know this ain't a credible story. And we already know that this is weird. We already know that this is foul play. Period. There ain't no question about this. Okay. Now I don't know who's involved. I don't know who did what. I don't know why they did. And it don't even make no goddamn sense. Yeah. Because you didn't have to sign up for nothing. You didn't have to sign up for nothing. You could have left those kids in that system and let somebody take them that really would give them the home of their dreams. Give them a fair opportunity. That didn't happen. And for whatever reason, some freaking weirdos got their hands on these kids. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I freaking hate it. I'm upset about it. And I don't want to be associated with them under the last end of the state being California. And we're not a part of this. I'm not a part of this. I don't believe in this, and it's garbage. These are garbage, trash, gutter, rat motherfuckers that somebody needs to pay for this. Period. I'm sorry, Dad, cuss. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you think of the new the case being now being taken to as Bakersfield being the lead? How about that? We'll change the subject. So, just what do you think of that?
Well, I think that Bakersfield took the lead because they have a reason to. Okay. Because, like I said it in my comments, and I know you have 1,000 comments and you hate that, but that's all some of us can do is comment and communicate that way. But California, Bakersfield will not pick up this case unless they know that this case started and ended in their city. Period. Point blank. Nobody's I'm not taking out my neighbor's trash because I'm a good Samaritan. Okay, I generate enough trash of my own. I ain't got to do that. So the reason they doing that is because that case begins and ends there. Mm-hmm. It don't begin or end in Cal City. The story may have generated there, but that is not where the story ended for those freaking kids. Those beautiful babies.
Mama too, would you like to come up and hit the link and talk? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But this lady keeps commenting, and I was wondering if she wanted to come up and speak. Since she's in that area, Cal City. Mama too, hit the link and give your commentary on the panel instead of chatting in the chat, if you don't mind.
And I had to come on incognito tonight because I had so much anxiety about being on camera.
Right.
Girl, I was like, Lord, if my husband sees, he's gonna be like, you better get your ass off that YouTube.
Yeah, because these are some YouTube streets showing up, ain't it?
Girl, he don't play. I hear him. He right.
Well, a lot of people not with this YouTube stuff. They're not with none of the stuff that go on YouTube, the talking crazy and flipping out and just all type of crazy content you see. And Facebook, it's all the same. A lot of people just not with none of this stuff. So a lot of people think that people are down with this stuff that go on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. A lot of people don't even indulge in this type of stuff. People just think because they watch it, then everybody else watch it. No, they don't. I know people right now that's on Facebook. They don't even fool with YouTube at all.
Yeah, Angie, my husband is old, and he don't fool with no. He ain't old. Now, first of all, let's not get it twisted. He older than me, but he ain't. Okay. He don't play that. He don't play that texting.
Well, Mama, you don't have to tell me your name. I'm not asking you for you to tell me what you seen, heard. You don't have to tell me your name. You don't have to show your face. Just give a comment about what you've seen and going on. We're not on the ground, so we don't know what's been going on, who said what, who rallied for who. That's the whole point of this story is everything right now says he said, she said. We don't have any idea about anything that's the truth pertaining to this case. So you're in a chat speaking on what you saw or heard, but that's just somebody typing. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just you typing. And I'm not trying to be funny, but it would be nice to hear somebody speak to tell us what they saw or what the climate is like as far as people, their opinions, and if you knew of some churches that wanted to get involved or whichsoever. That's all I'm saying. Well, they're not going to talk Black Queen because they don't want to speak. My man think I'm nuts and hate when I leave comments. Well, Nene, don't tell him you leaving comments. CPS News Network said it's time to be rude. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. I'm gonna let somebody else speak now. Okay. Somebody else want to talk. Jesus Christ. I'm starting to get a
And do
headache.
you want me to step down?
You do whatever you want to do. Huh? If you want to talk, listen, it's up to you. Crystal Moore?
Hello?
Well,
Yeah, you
I
got
do.
to turn your stuff down the bottom. Turn your stuff down,
Well,
baby.
I'm gonna be here.
Okay, baby. I'll see you later, Whitney. Not Al, you still here?
Hello?
Not Al, you still here?
Yes, of course. I'm gonna be here. I was listening to Miss Winnie speak, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Mercy. Winnie, you
Yeah,
still here? What you trying to do?
Winnie's still up here, I think.
Well, she jumped back up. I don't know if she's trying. Winnie.
Yes. No, I'm here. Yes, I'm
Are
here.
you
I
want
know that, honey.
to stay up or you want to go back down?
I'm gonna stay up, but I ain't with no foolishness.
Well, you this everyday shenanigans. You don't know what might jump out over here.
And I'm sitting 10 toes down,
Okay.
and whatever
I mean,
jump out, we're gonna jump back.
it ain't gonna
You
be,
jump
but
up and get
it ain't
fucked
gonna be
up.
no foolishness because you'll be blocked off. I don't have time for that. I don't get up here for all that craziness. Okay, Crystal Moore, you want to speak, honey?
Yeah, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, baby.
Okay. So that is a good question. As far as the churches, why hasn't the churches been really vigilant on these two missing boys, regardless if they went to church or not?
Yeah, that's why I want people to know that it don't matter if they went to church or not. Come on now.
Right. And there's a church right there next to the West House. So you mean to tell me that church couldn't get together and do a prayer at either one of those houses?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't live there. I just asked a question. That's all.
So that lets me know then that the churches know that something's not right. Otherwise, they would have been there.
Okay.
That's my thought.
May I speak? May I speak?
Winnie, what?
Winnie, go ahead.
Yes. I must say that the church is still a business. Okay. So although they about saving souls, it's also a business that has to generate revenue. And a lot of them are not going to tie themselves to no case or no public thing that they bring discretion upon their congregation or their church. I mean, that's my opinion. Because I did grow up in church myself, and although we like to think churches save our souls and all this other stuff, we save our own souls. Okay, first of all, God lives in me and not in no building. So, with that being said, there's no rent in my temple, in my body. So I don't have to worry about generating no revenue to believe what I believe and to speak what I speak and say what I say. But the churches do. It's a business.
Mm.
It's still odd, even if it's still odd.
It is odd. I agree. And it shouldn't be that way. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. That's why I don't get dressed up
unless
on
the church has knowledge about the events surrounding these two children missing and are distancing themselves, ? Just a theory. Very good theory.
Mm-hmm.
I get what Winnie's saying.
Yeah.
As far as it being a business, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of churches are not what they used to be when tragedies happen in communities, because sometimes when they come out or speak out against things and the people that they rally for, it kind of backfires on them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, although I come from old school church, like no matter who it is or what the situation is, people would be there, rallying around the families, both families, they would, put their opinions in the case. They're just there for spiritual guidance, whether people, believe or not. But realistically looking at it, you have more people now on social media that go to church. And a lot of people are not gonna stand behind something they feel that is messy, that's gonna bring disrespect to the church, that's gonna bring out sacred characters. Whereas the church get drugged through the mud because that's not what the church is for. We don't have like old school members that's gonna be there, whether you guilty or innocent, and just give you the best spiritual guidance and words of encouragement that they can. These days, everybody's on social media, so the word is gonna get to the pastor, and have the pastor, uses his discernment. A lot of people just do not get involved anymore because let's be honest, a lot of times when these cases happen in our communities, we don't want nothing to do with the church unless it's about getting some money or you're going to be on TV. A lot of people don't go to church or push the church away until tragedy hits, then everybody holler, where's the church? Well, where are you the other 52 Sundays of the week when ain't no tragedies going on? So if I was in the church that deep and I held the position, whether I held one or not, I send prayers up for everybody involved. At the end of the day, I don't pass judgment on anybody. I just give my opinion based on the facts. But let's be honest, if you was out there and you seen all this foolishness and you were in the church, would you want to go to these folks' house and hold a visual or wrap your arms around them or hold hands with them based on the characteristics that they've shown? People in the church have to be careful too. Just because they go to church don't mean that I don't think somebody would shoot me or stab me or put something out that wasn't true. Would you want to be next to people that's doing all this, to YouTubers that are giving just their honest commentary? I go to church. I wouldn't want to deal with them either. I send a prayer up.
Look at Mildred. Amen. Go Mildred. Oh Lord.
I send a prayer up, but let's be honest.
Y'all saying the church gotta know you. The church gotta know you. The church gotta know you. You gotta be a member. Your mama, daddy, grandmama gotta be a member for the church to come out and pray for you. That's what y'all saying.
Okay. Listen to how I'm putting the answer. I'm not saying they got to be a member, they got to go. What I'm saying is this. Back in my day, it wasn't no such thing as you can find out all the details about a person's family unless you knew somebody directly in that family when a tragedy hit, or someone you knew that can vouch for that family member could come and say, such and such them fell on hard times. They need love, support, and all that. And you can take people's word for their bond. These days, you got social media. Church members, just like anybody else, just because they go to church don't mean they don't be a little messy, can look these same people up, can look into this case and be like, oh no, Pastor, we ain't getting involved in it. I wouldn't get involved either. If I went out there and I thought these folks done did something, wait a minute. Wait. God said love everybody, but he didn't tell you be stupid at the same time. I ain't going out there and think you don't mess up some kid. I'm coming to give you some love, and I don't know what I'm getting into. And the next thing you know, that church name out there, these folks dragging that church. No, church is a business these days, and that's how people approach it. I don't, but that's how other people approach it. And my husband says it all the time. It burns my soul when he says that, but I mean, the truth is the truth. You don't have a lot of churches that come out when things like this happen, because you don't know if you put your church member in danger trying to hold a visual at these people's house or hold hands with them. You don't know what these people own.
Lord, I can't. I'm dead.
Hey, who's gonna protect the church members besides the Lord?
Say it ain't for 28,000 black folks in Bakersfield. Maybe the church, they gangster too. I'm dead.
Child, I'm not going out there. If Pastor ain't got no pills, y'all can say what y'all want. David had a slingshot. We got to have AKs and stuff out here now. These folks stupid. And if Pastor ain't got no pistol, I'm not going out there in the hood. I'm gonna be telling you the truth. Pastors around here that go to the hood that talk to the gang members, they got some rank, they got some pull, they got some respect. You want the little old ladies to go out there and pray for these demons. for the demons, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, oh Lord, y'all giving me a headache. You can pray anywhere. You know what? You ain't got that right in your church. You can pray at a stop sign. Come on with all this now.
Well, I know that, but the question was, why haven't the church came out behind the
pastor is a gang member.
Yeah, okay. What, you know what? I'm tired of talking. Just leave it alone.
Angie.
No, I mean, come on, y'all.
Angie, be nice.
Ain't nobody said nothing about the pastor with the Trezelle. Mom. What I'm saying, you can pray anywhere. It's the point I'm trying to make. Whether you have it at your church, outside the church, the parking lot, you can pray anywhere. You can do it at a community center. Y'all just keep talking about church. In the church, you can pray anywhere. You can go.
I was talking about outside though.
You can pray in the park. Hey, we're gonna have a prayer circle at the park.
Yeah,
you can pick up a prayer.
And you asked about the church.
Damn.
They might ask about the church. We just don't know.
Okay, Kiwana said, as a pastor, I would reach out to the family, but I wouldn't lead my congregation there.
That's right.
Okay. No.
They're going to pastor speaking to you. I mean, people just don't do that no more. I'm old school, so I get exactly what you're saying. I've been involved in I'm old school. I know about them going out in a park or in a banquet hall or whatever and grabbing hands and praying. But these days, folks get online, they see the people messing, and a lot of people just don't attach themselves to mess. Would you?
Okay, Bless said, Pastor know what's up. Okay, maybe he do. I don't know. I just threw that out there. I ain't gonna even bring it up no more because my God, I ain't know who's gonna be all like this about me making a comment about somebody praying. My goodness gracious. Well, let's let the YouTuber preachers pray for him then.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let the church say amen. Writing scripts up there on YouTube, quoting stuff. Y'all quit talking about Job and Noah. I'm so tired of these folks with these old fake old prayers and talking about Jesus and Noah. Talking about in the same breath. You talk about another YouTuber, but you want to quote Psalms. Get out of here with all that.
Girl, they talking about Job and Noah. Hey, that took me out. They talking about Job and Noah. You tired of hearing about Job and Noah?
Sitting up here quoting scriptures, and then in the same breath, you talking bad about another YouTuber. Come on with all that. Stupid.
Well, who you want them to talk about? Peter, Luke, Mark?
It's an analogy. I don't care. Period.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just trying to get you to calm down because I know it didn't got your name.
It's gonna get this silly by me talking about people praying for folks. It was gonna get this serious. I mean, wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah. You call Joe Osteen. That's a good one. That's funny. Yeah, call Joe. Let's see if he'll fly out. Let's see if he'll come. I'm dead. Peter, Paul, Mary. This is some Mary Magdalene stuff right here, I believe. Mary. So much for. Oh my gosh! I don't even know what to say right now. I just don't know what to say.
Baby, this new to me.
Lord, he heard my cry. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. You're on YouTube.
You got to finish the rest of the night. You can't.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna have to go on down there and pray because
I'm dead. I'm doing like YouTube.
I done fell out.
It's sickening. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm doing. Lord, we got a rapper up here. We got a rapper in the chat. We got a minister, a rapper.
I got to be on the prayer line. Hey, right.
Y'all know how I get. Y'all know I'm not strong. Anybody that come in and get used to, oh, she's so mean. She ain't that I mean. I'm just trying to make sense of some of the stuff that you be saying. I want you to think when you talk. That's all I ask people to do. Is think before you talk. Think before you pass a message. That's all I ask people to do because this is the reason why this case is so jacked up because there's so many people talking, passing messages, chanting in the dark on videos. Ain't got a damn light on. Turn the damn light on so we can make me sick.
Girl, when they
What you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And in the book of Revelations, it said, all right, yeah, all right. All that.
Yeah. Oh, don't y'all take no prayer from nobody to die with the bad dead to something else. That's a hoodoo.
YouTube preachers. All right.
Girl, what are you doing? I'm sorry, y'all.
What y'all, you know what's sad? Y'all tickle too, but I'm dead serious. New YouTube preachers. And God said in the beginning that oh man, come on with this. No. I'm going past this little church up. How you be driving? You looking for a church home? You know how you be looking for a church home? It's YouTube Pentecostal. YouTube, apocalyptic, apostolistic, YouTube, you better stroll on by. See, there's a lead. And hallelujah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
The Lord, he heard my cry.
Oh my God.
Y'all stop it now. I got somebody from California City. I want everybody to be still. Come on, say what you gotta say, baby. How you doing?
Hello.
How you doing? Thanks for coming up. You took you a while. You had to ponder.
No, I was getting my kids to bed.
Oh, okay. Because you see, I'm up here. I done sang for the Lord.
Yeah, we heard it.
I heard church up here. Y'all are YouTube preachers. I'm trying to figure out. I need to go and get since they worried about my cash out. Why can I donate to the YouTube church? Let me try to join one of these churches up here. Look, I'm looking for a new church home.
I just wanted to let everybody know we did have a prayer group that first week. We had Pastor McKinley come from the Solid Rock Baptist Church here in town.
Okay.
Victory Baptist Church's Pastor Ron Smith came, and then I forgot his name, but there was another black pastor that came from Lancaster.
Okay.
And there was about 45 Cal City residents. This is before YouTube overtook the city.
Yeah.
And then me and a group of women went out there every other night and did a prayer circle.
Where'd you do the prayer circle at, baby?
Right in front of the house.
Okay.
And then we had the first official candlelight vigil in front of the house with California City, the Chief Walker, and the mayor was there. There's probably about 30 citizens there. It was stormy and windy and all that night, but I mean, we don't do it to be on TV.
Honestly, so what church is this again? Say that again. Say your church to let us know.
Oh, it wasn't my church. I'm not part of a church. I just called the churches in town and they showed up. So
I see. Oh, okay. Several churches of Cal City or Bakersfield?
California City.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime I've called them, they've happily come out. But
well, that's good. That's good.
You know, now it's too much to
ask.
Yeah,
it's ratchet. I ain't seen that on YouTube.
It's been on, I think, AV News Crew, and then we actually call out the local media, the KGET and them come out.
Okay. Thank you for telling us that. So let me ask you something. What do you think about this new transition with Bakersfield Police Department being now the lead?
I think they have a lot more resources than we do.
Yes, they do. They said they did. Yes.
You know, and honestly, I think Cal City is they don't know which way to turn anymore, because everywhere they go, there's a YouTuber or somebody calling with this or that, or you know, go here, go there, and they are out there searching, because I've met them in the desert searching with us.
Right.
You know,
right.
We can't handle this craziness here.
Okay. So you think this case is crazy? That what you're trying to tell me?
Oh, I know it is.
Okay.
I know. I mean, I'm a housewife, yet I've been threatened by numerous people.
Why? Why would somebody be threatening you?
Because I talk to everybody and they get upset that I talk to everybody and anybody. I'll probably get more because I'm talking to you.
Well, we don't know your name, so I don't know nothing about that. Somebody, what I'm trying to say is, why would somebody be worried about who you talking to?
Because I talk to everybody. And so what they do is they only want you to talk to them.
Oh, you mean the on the ground folks?
Nope. The YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. The YouTubers that's on the ground.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So well, you know, on this channel we don't drop no names, but because it'd be a lot of confusion. But anyway, that's to be expected from what we've seen from uploaded videos.
Yeah.
It's a self-entitlement situation. But yet you're Christian and you're talking about the kids every 5 seconds, but in the same breath you're talking about yourself. Yeah,
you know what? I don't know. They keep saying they've been out here from day one. None of them. One of them was here from day one. The rest didn't show up till week 2 or 3 when it all went out there, because we pushed it locally. We pushed it to be on the news. And
I understand that. And that's what I find sad is, what do you think happened as far as the news outlets not getting speaking a lot about this case in the state of California? Because there are a lot of people who've been commenting in the chats that they didn't even know of the story and they live in the state of California.
We can't get it. We have emailed, called, tweeted, anything we can think of. Even the news stations here in Bakersfield, they have asked their constituents and all this to air it more, and they won't do it. We don't know why, but they won't do it.
Say what?
They won't do it. We, from day one, we're so the news only came out because we called them that first morning, Tuesday morning, after we'd been out all night looking. And then since then we've called everybody. And I mean, in the beginning we were thankful for you, because it's,
I don't understand what is going on here.
Yeah.
Thomas says he didn't hear it in Connecticut. Shay said she had never heard of it. She in Southern California. Somebody please make me understand what in the hell is going on out there in that damn desert, because this makes no sense that nobody in the state of California barely knew of this story. It took it over a month before it reached the national news.
Yep.
There's something wrong here. Very, very wrong. And I can't put my finger on what in God's name is the problem.
It's not from lack of trying. Multiple times we've emailed, and
something is wrong though. There's something off. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. Something's very wrong. It's almost like there's a memo been sent. Don't get involved. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody put a note in somebody's mailbox, and they just put these little notes in everybody's mailbox and said, if you hear about these little boys missing, turn your head and keep on pushing.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what
it is now, but I know in the beginning it was probably a lot of factors against the boys. I mean, the color of their skin, they were foster kids and adopted, they come from low income.
Okay.
It is what it is, you know.
So that's why you think that's why you think there was no coverage, because they were foster children and Black?
Honestly, yeah. I have an adopted daughter who's Mexican, and I have a biological daughter who's white with blonde hair, and I know which one would be on CNN.
Yes, Titan made a good point. There are a lot of YouTubers who have started so much drama, threats, and backbiting, and have given the case a bad name. I don't blame the police for not taking them seriously. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that too.
That's a commenter. Wow. Interesting. I ain't shocked by nothing that go on. I ain't never seen so many people on the ground think they so entitled to information. That's the part I don't get. I'm just trying to figure out, who the hell do you think you are that you feel like you should get information? Everybody is curious to the case, those who are actually concerned about the kids, but you can't put yourself in the forefront to act like you entitled to get something from the chief and now this new guy. See, what I think is going to be interesting, I'm just going to lay in the cut and I'm going to see how everybody start talking crazy about this guy here. Because that's what I'm waiting on. You talk bad about the chief. Mr. Walker, y'all talked about him like a dog. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. This chief said the same thing. You don't know what I'm doing because I ain't told you what I'm doing. I ain't got to tell you what I'm doing. So that's your perception. He said, oh, the police ain't doing nothing. He said, well, why would I tell you what I'm doing? What sense would that make for me to tell you? I think Pookie is a suspect. Ray Ray's a suspect. Susie May is a suspect. And they watching me. But I ain't got all my ducks in a row to bring an indictment. But I should tell them what I think publicly.
Honestly, Bakersfield's not going to mess around with these people. I lived there before I came here.
Yeah. I don't think, hopefully not.
They don't mess around with anybody. If you're messing with them, they're going to put a stop to it.
Oh yeah, well guess what? Let's see who go out there with a bullhorn tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's see, go out there with some jingle jangle bells on, talking junk, want to go with a bullhorn, cussing and fussing and falling out. They're going to have a nice little room ready for you.
He was yelling at an empty building. The only person in there was a dispatcher.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not calling no names. I'm just speaking literally.
Yeah.
Anybody that want to go show out, whether you white, black, blue, green, before anybody start thinking I'm calling somebody's name, I'm just speaking literally. If you that type, you want to get jiggy, you want to be seen, all I'm saying is, let's see you go do that over here and see how it works out for you. Whoever you are. You could be Mickey Mouse. All I'm saying is, let's see how it works out this time. Let's see all the people call Bakersfield cussing and fussing, tying up the phone lines because you ain't getting what you want. Ain't nobody telling you what you think you should know. Nobody's picking you to talk to personally and all this old type of shenanigans. Let's just see how it works out. I want to see now in the next 2 weeks when everybody start throwing daggers at this chief of police and start calling him nasty names and start digging up stuff on him. And he went to Walmart late night. What was he doing? He was sitting in his car eating an ice cream cone. He must have been looking for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because these little folks out here, they grimy like that. That's what I'm seeing. These folks are grimy out here. And I really feel sorry for him because whatever little piece of mind he thought he had, he ain't about to get it with this group. I can tell you that now.
And I think that's why Cal City gave the case back. They can't handle it.
Yeah, well, like I said, let's just sit and wait. Let's just sit and wait and see what's uploaded in the next 2 weeks.
Well, they'll just take it down. It's all right.
Just start crying and falling out. Get your panties all in a knot. Let's just see what they got to say about this chief here. I can't wait to hear. I'm serious. I can't wait to hear all the shenanigans because y'all tore that Chief Walker down to the ground. Y'all beat that man down.
And he's a really nice man. He really is.
But see, what's interesting is that everything Chief Walker told you, whether some of the information was conflicting here lately, basically everything he told you is the same stuff that this man right here told you. I can't tell you nothing. I would like to share, but I cannot because I am currently investigating a case. I cannot just tell you what you think I should tell you.
Yep.
And I just got a feeling it's going to be the same BS with him. It's going to be the same complaint, crying and moaning, falling out, throwing tantrums. You just wait. If they don't arrest nobody here shortly, they're going to treat that man the same way like they did Chief Walker. You're going to find something nasty to say about this one here.
Yep. But hey, I just wanted to come on and let you guys know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Letting us know that some people did, pray. We thank you so much. And God bless you. And we'll pray for your safety out there in that desert.
Thank you.
Okay, baby. God bless you. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. That was a lady from Cal City. Amen. Amen. Now, what y'all got to say about that? Krista Moore, what you got to say about that?
The churches from Bakersfield, they haven't did anything. She said victory. What did she say? Victory something. My thing is, okay, so that's just one church and one prayer? It still is odd. I appreciate the prayers, well, we all do, but it's still just odd.
That's all the point I was making.
And and it's not like Bakersfield knows what's going on, Cal City knows what's going on. So it's not like they're not aware of the situation. You know, it's gotten it's gotten a lot of coverage. So they can't say that they don't know, or, yeah, it's odd. And I think that the churches, even if they are business oriented, whatnot, this and that, they still have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, I understand that.
And they don't want to deal with all of that. I believe that they see it.
Yeah, but see, the weird part is when you all make that statement, you got to remember one thing. They didn't know these people allegedly in the beginnings. You see what I'm saying? Before it became YouTube heaven, Knots Landing and all that, before it became all of those soap opera stuff, why wasn't there more on the ground in the beginning? That's all I'm saying. Before it became he said, she said stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's odd.
Yeah, it's odd. Yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd. Well, I'm almost at 3 hours, 2:45. Not out. What you got to say before I check out of here? Not out. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm right here. I was listening to what you're saying. I was in the chat.
I see you talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to help these people out that seem to think that they would have done something to Giselle. And what I was saying is, people, you please use common sense. If you don't know all the facts to the case, talking about you would do something to someone you suspected did something would make a difference, because you don't even know who's all involved. And I'm gonna say it like I said from the beginning. People can mess up a case going off of emotions of what they think and not what they know for a fact.
That's
and cause
right.
people to walk away for free. In several cases where you can go and look online, documentaries where people have gotten away. You know why? Because everybody was a detective who didn't go to law enforcement school.
That's
You
right.
have to use common sense when it comes to these cases. We can say all day we think it's the Dr. Paris and they did this, but wouldn't it be a surprise if you find out it was more players involved than what you think?
And that's what I said the other day, that you all will be sick to death if you find out that bio mama and bio daddies or whomever got a stake in this or some other entities. All y'all look crazy as hell.
And won't say a word.
Won't say a word. And show won't apologize to nobody either.
See, everybody's big and talk about what they would do, but then if it came down to them and it was at their doorstep, it's a whole lot easier to say what you will do to a person until you have to do it to that person and live with.
Well,
so be careful what you speak over yourself about what you would do, because you don't want to find yourself in this situation, and then would you say the same thing? Everybody big and everybody bad till they have to come face to face with it.
Okay, somebody says right here, somewhere in Cali, everyday shenanigans footage identified that boys were never in Cal City. That's why they switched habits. Okay, somewhere, how do you know that? Would you like to come up on the panel before I check out of here? Because like I tell you all, just getting in the chat, repeating something doesn't mean anything to me. Bring a receipt.
That's what I'm saying. And as far as this new guy, I hope this new guy, if they get to acting a fool with him, he start locking these people up for harassment, because you can't call the police department where you're basically harassing the police too and go to jail.
Well, they ain't gonna harass the police, I doubt that. Okay, CPS News, how you doing? Hello? CPS News.
Pleasure.
Hi, how are you? Where are you calling from, baby?
Good. California, SoCal. Following this foster care adoption, what they do, how they work, what's following the case out there. You know, shouldn't they be arrested? There's video of them from the neighbor that showed them leave the house with just the kids they're giving to grandma and come back, and there weren't 6 kids getting in the van, and there was only 2 exiting or something. But that, you know, that's a charge right there. Gross negligence, child endangerment. But the pictures are old. The pictures are 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
No one's seen those kids for 2 years, I think, because.
Oh, so now you're going back 2 years.
Well, maybe a year and a half. I don't know.
Let's say December 1st. Let's say December 1st, 2019. If we ought to believe that the pictures that Jamal Watkins put up on his Facebook post are actual. So that's just really a little over a year because we're now in the month of March. So let's say those are actual footage of, let's say, Thanksgiving time, 2019. So we're talking about a year. And those are also the same photos that Jacqueline or somebody gave to authorities pertaining to the missing children. So we're just talking about a little over a year. Now, where are you getting 2 years? Or are you trying to, you want to
it's just the looks of the kids. They look really young. But terrible pictures being put out.
Okay.
Claims that they took the West phone and that's why they didn't get no up-to-date pictures. I don't know.
We know that's a lie. We know that's a lie because think about this for 1 second. I'm not trying to be rude to you. You know good and well you are the person that called, right? Initially. Hey, my baby's missing. So the police show up. They are going to ask you for a recent photo of your children. So it is then your turn to respond with the photo. It is said by the chief last week, we didn't take the phone until the next day after they reported her missing. So you had ample enough time from the moment they walked into your home to give them a recent photo. So we know good and well you're not going to wait the next day to give a photo because you just reported your kids missing. So why did you not give them a recent photo? I say they didn't give them a recent photo because they didn't have a photo. I've said this 1,000 times. You can't give what you do not have.
Sure, and no witnesses of the kids ever actually being at that house. No pictures of them at that house ever. California City, the tenant at the apartment, he said 3 to 4 kids max, not 6. He said I see 3 to 4. So there's a chance that those kids could have been gone before they even got to that apartment.
Right. And so, do you believe that? What? Just tell me what you believe.
I believe there's just a lot of lies, and it's beyond comprehension what CPS, foster care, adoption, how they'll lie, and how. I don't know, the 100,000 reward. It's hard to say, but that would be what it appears if it's legitimate that the kids have been gone they weren't at the apartment. There weren't 6 kids there. You can't adopt 6 kids in an apartment.
Yeah. Well, some people have said that, so this is why this confusing to me is the way stuff switched a month ago between first it was a total of 6 children. Then it is a total of 4 children. Then it's a total of 2 biological, and then 2 foster. Then that switched to 2 biological to 2. First it's 2 biological, 2 foster. Then somebody switches to 2 biological to 2 adoptive. Then it goes back. Well, which is it? The ones that's in CPS custody right now? Are they fostered or are they adopted? Nobody can tell us nothing.
Of course, yeah. The head count. Why do they have the kids? Does anybody know? Is that the ultimate question? Why do they have the West kids? What are they being accused of? Where are their court hearings? Why isn't there media right there at the court hearings at the CPS courthouse when they have hearings to go to if they want to get their kids back? You would think people would know, and there'd be a lot of drama at the CPS courthouse as they have to go to these hearings.
Oh yeah.
None of that is happening. We're not seeing any of that.
I was a little itchy about that article that was uploaded a few weeks ago about them having the court date. And then when I would Google stuff, it was just something wasn't right because inside of that article, it really wasn't saying who brought this source up to say that they were getting ready to have a court hearing. It was more or less the Cal City, the woman that works for the Kern County CPS office as a spokesperson or whoever. It was more her just speaking in general terms, not saying she was affiliated with the case because she made that clear. I'm not speaking on this case per se. So what I was trying to figure out, well, who is the person who is actually bringing us the source that they are getting ready to go to court?
Sure. In court being children's court because they're not charged criminally or they
right.
So all the court hearing stuff. Why aren't they with grandma? What did they take them for? Is nobody asking that question and demanding it? I mean,
well, I know what the chief said. The chief said it is not our decision to remove the children. He said it was CPS's call to remove the children that day, and they only remove the children if they suspect abuse and neglect. Now, that's what the chief said. Day one.
Yeah, that's incredible. And also the 100,000 reward. Where's it coming from? We have kids disappearing everywhere, all across the United States, and there's no reward ever put out for any of them.
Yeah.
It's almost like George Floyd when he gets taken out, that immediately they fire 4 cops. When in history has that ever happened? Ever. Especially for cops that didn't actually even have their hands on the guy. Doesn't make no sense. Sure. So yeah, just lies everywhere. The time frame, the neighbor's video of his actions after they supposedly went missing, going in just one circle, not up and down the street, yelling and honking the horn. And so, yeah, just no evidence of them ever being at that house. And we have 800 missing foster kids in Los Angeles County. We have babies listed as runaways. Legend Young, Ryan Draper. Look up their names. Babies. Nobody's looking for them. Missing 10 years, 5 years. No reward. They're not on National Center for Missing and Exploited. You can't trust anybody in this whole shebang.
No, I
FBI,
I don't
CPS, foster agencies, the parents, and who can be trusted. I mean, you have nowhere. You're grasping at straws because. With 100,000 reward, does anyone know if you guys can tell me who put up that reward? Is it from the county? When do we ever?
People. I have videos that document all the people who gave. You got the one guy who's a businessman in Cal City. I think he owns 3 businesses, that tow company and some type of dispensary for the marijuana, whatever.
Private donation. We're hearing a lot of talk of Freemasons running Kern County. Freemason, a symbol right in front of the DCF CPS building. In the center of the city is the Freemason church. But there's it's a lawless town. I heard it's very ruthless, very lawless. There's corruption everywhere. It's one of those, you be quiet, like that girl caller said, or you could end up buried in the desert, and very quickly. But it's just. You had a lot of drug dealing going on out there. They were stealing drugs and selling meth, and 2 cops get charged, get mandatory 10-year sentence, and the judge says, no, I'm only going to give them 4 years or something. He breaks the mandatory law. So total lawlessness, total lies. You basically have to throw out the whole case. Who can you trust? No videos of those kids ever being in existence. I mean, ever living, ever moving. One video. Can I get one skit of a video somewhere?
See, he's not going to show us that. I do believe they have video footage of something pertaining to the kids, how many kids were actually in their custody. But naturally, they're not going to show us because it's an ongoing investigation. Like this chief said, if I was to show you those things, you forget that whoever that I think's a suspect, he or she or they are watching.
Okay, what's the grandma's involvement? Her 25-year CPS agent, deep in the trenches there, knows all about the corruption, all about the fraud, the fabrication goes on in those courts. What's, just long-term, probably high-ranking, probably the regional manager being there that long. You got to be like a district regional manager of CPS, probably even of that area.
Now, what you trying to say? Don't tell me you believe in CPS is involved in this.
Well, we know that they're lying. That they're corrupt. You can't trust them. Anything goes. These courts are secret. Their hearsay is admissible. They can do anything they want in these courtrooms. They can seal records. Nobody knows what's going. They're trafficking.
That's the whole thing about CPS is that you're not more than likely they're not going to come forward and say we ever made a mistake, 2, 3, whatever. You know what I'm saying? In the process of getting these kids in with these the West family, and that's the sad part. But in my right mind, I believe it's the West and somebody else involved in this. One minute I was thinking it was just the West, but now lately with everybody chiming in, I'm kind of wondering if there's some other entities also involved, but not CPS. I'm thinking more or less some people that know them. I'm just wondering. See, I you don't really know what to think because we haven't been told nothing.
Yeah, grandma knows everything. She should have had the kids. Why aren't the kids already placed with her? She's a foster parent already. Miss Super Qualified, the most qualified.
There's something about her too. That's a very good question. When you took the kids out of their custody, when they went to the house, why, you're right, did not one of their fathers get the kids? Because you got Jacqueline, she has a mother. Why didn't the state place them there? Why didn't the state place them with Miss Wanda? You absolutely right. You know why? Because this is what I kept telling people. They knew something the day they went in that house. See, a lot of people don't think about that. You don't know what the hell they saw when they went to that West house. You have no idea what they saw in there, what they took out of there.
Yeah, obviously there's not a lot of pressure, but there's just a reason why a lot of these things happen. They throw distractions and lies everywhere. It's like the COVID flu. This is no different. You can't make sense out of anything anybody's telling you.
And that's what's troublesome about it. It's that it's just all these different agents jumping out. I talk a lot of junk, but I mean, well, it is. It's like a lot of folks jumping out of airplanes, parachutes. I'm just like, well, what? I ain't never seen nothing like it. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. This case, I'm just telling you, reminds me of Cupcake. They were grimy down there in Alabama, but it's something about them damn desert lizards out there in that damn desert. It's something wrong with them folks out there. I don't care what nobody say. And I know it's some good people in California. Don't get me wrong, but it's something sinister out there.
It could be in the water. It could be in the water. They're contaminating that water with fluoride.
It's something wrong with these people. To me, they remind me of zombies.
That can do that. Fluoride in the water. They're contaminating the water supply. It's very easy to do. Just want to put the word out there that there's about 15,000 claimed foster kids missing. We could use this opportunity to put the big spotlight on what CPS is doing, why they're not looking for missing foster kids, why we have 800 missing in LA, why we have about 30 babies listed as runaways on the Missing Kids LA website. There's just so much to talk about it, and to put the light on the big picture, and that the West Boys are just another drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Well, I see you got CPS News Network. Are you just using that name to comment? I look and watch everything.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. Been fighting this battle for 7 years.
Oh, you have? Okay.
We want to shut it down. I've had up to 130,000 members on Facebook.
Okay.
We're deep in the trenches in this topic. We want constitutional rights for parents over their children, money to be spent to keep them together.
Okay.
All abuse, neglect cases in a criminal court where they belong. Case closed. Is that asking too much? Constitutional rights, criminal charges for abuse, neglect. Not this special victims task force from the police department. Then we got a CPS investigator too. Different investigations with different laws that they have to abide by. Okay. How could this happen? It's a child trafficking racket. They're in danger with these strangers. The money could have been kept to monitor these boys, keep them in one place under heavy supervision and nourishment. And we don't need them with strangers, like all dispersed all over the county with strangers that have no experience with so-called child abuse. Now you're going to hand them an abused child and expect them to make that child whole. Yeah, Nancy Schaefer, look her up, had all the answers. She was murdered, exposing CPS, child trafficking, kids for cash. So we just follow her rules, and we're excited about the time and history that we have right now, with a lot of people looking around and a lot of talk about child trafficking and where's the big elephant.
Sorry about that. Winnie. Oh, Lord. I'd take her down because you couldn't. Just talking over you. Okay. Well, I thank you, Mr. CPS News Network.
Awesome. It's been good.
God bless you, honey.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Pleasure. Out.
Okay, bye-bye. That was CPS News Network. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't do conspiracies and stuff. That's just who I am. But there's just a lot of craziness going on with this case. But I'm already 3 hours in. I'm just this is just a weird situation going on. Not Al, what you got to say? Not Al?
I was listening. Yeah, I was letting you wrap it up. I heard the gentleman, and I understand what they're saying, but I'm gonna say it again. Conspiracies don't win cases, and CPS just do not pop up at the hospital to collect children without any proof. So as much work as we do need to do for kids that are in foster care, that are abused, how about we do what I said a few weeks ago and reach out to people in our families and our communities that we know are struggling with kids or need parenting classes or need help with daycare or things of that nature, so that the kids won't end up in CPS care. See, we can do this by helping single mothers as well as single fathers. But again, we do just want the boys home. But I think that we have to put things in perspective to make it make sense.
Yeah. Well, I just don't believe CPS just showed up at the hospital and took these kids. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I want to be respectful of those giving their opinion, but I just don't believe CPS just showed up 4 separate times in this bio mother's life. I just don't, and that's just how I feel. And then, like I said, I rock with the source. I believe what the source had to say, and like I said, this opinion I have currently still of the bio mother. It's going to stay the same. I had it before the source ever said anything. I mean, I go by logic. That's, what I'm saying? I go by logic, and I'm just not going to believe CPS just went stalking somebody 4 separate times. All these people that live in California got children. I'm not going to believe these people just jumped up 4 separate times and just stalked you and made up false documents about what happened to your first child's leg. Then the second time you got knocked up and got pregnant the second time. Then they went and made up that about what the child was addicted to when it came out of your womb. I just don't believe in all that. That's just my opinion. So that's that.
I mean, and I rock with you, Queen, and that's how I feel, because I don't hear anybody saying, like, if CPS has all this going on and it's the ring and it's this and that, has anybody contacted like 2020 Dateline to just go on and break the story and break the names and present this information? Because if not, then all it is speculation. And once again, assumptions. When you assume something, you make a fool out of yourself.
Right. Well, like I said, everybody's entitled to think how they want, but I just don't believe in all this conspiracy stuff. I don't believe in conspiracies. I'm not saying that nothing can't happen. I can't say that a person don't have a cocky attitude or didn't follow rules and regulations. That happens everywhere. There's always going to be somebody that's nasty or rude, don't follow instructions, don't follow guidelines. There's always going to be somebody that's going to lie. There's always going to be somebody that's going to steal something. But I just cannot, just say everybody's involved that works for the state is crooked and they're doing this and that. Because if I think like that, I'm going to think like that about everything, from the police to the state government to the where you pay the light bill to the where we know there's corruption and everything. That's just because it's man-made.
Well, everything has some corruption in it. I mean, we're not oblivious to that, but
people do what they want to do.
I mean, but
control over people.
I don't see that. Maybe I'm missing something, but if you got facts to back it up, then I'll be more than happy to look at it.
That's what's going to be the problem. If you want to ride the ride and say, CPS, they're human traffickers and all that, whatever, then you're going to have to bring a receipt. Because in the end, you're just talking and repeating yourself, saying, well, I think they're doing this. But in the end, somebody's going to say, well, okay, well, bring us something to show us that you have proof that this is what they're doing with these kids or something illegal or whatever. Because I'm telling you, they going to cover themselves. They will. Of course they will.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. If one person has all this information, then how did you get the information to verify that it's legit?
Right.
And if it's legit, then like this should be on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, whatever you watch. And then that way we can get the word out and we can advocate for that.
Right.
I'm not oblivious to nothing. Nothing goes wrong.
Employees are crooked, but some are. Well, that's my whole point. There's crooked people everywhere. That's just the way the world is made. There's going to be bad people everywhere, but it's proven that it's a major conspiracy, that everybody's involved. There's no way you're going to be able to prove that. That you got folks that go out in flame telling you, no, it wasn't me. No, I ain't do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? It's just
yeah, I understand completely. I mean, that's the case. Put it out there, do a documentary. I mean, these days you don't even need a big sponsor. People put stuff on YouTube, Amazon, Hulu all the time and put the information out there.
Well, I don't know.
And that way, I can take a look. So I'm not saying they wrong. I'm saying I've never heard of it to this magnitude.
Okay.
But I respect everybody's opinion.
Yeah. Well, that's all that the world is made of is opinions, and then, you know, it's just a matter of what you believe. Everybody believes different things, you know. But my focus is mainly what I can see and what I hear. And right now, what I've seen and heard from the adoptive parents is not kosher. What I saw with the bio mom is not kosher. And that's where my opinions lie. It's what I've seen and what I hear. And that's all I have to go on. And that's just life. That's all I have to go on. I can't jump on something else, because if I don't have no knowledge of thereof, then, you know what I'm saying, I can't rock with it. I'm just who I am. I just can't. But I thank you all for joining me. It's 3 hours in. I'm gonna jump off of here. But this is an interesting conversation, because I like to end the stream, because this is really long for people to have to watch this. Tuning into YouTube, I might jump back on. It's already 12 something. Might just do a part 2, but I want to end this because this is very long. But I thank all of you for your opinions and joining me. Thank you for the laughs. Although yes, it is a serious situation, but you know, I do put a little humor in here when I get a little frustrated, because my head just starts spinning out the wow. But thank you, Night Owl and my mods, and we're just gonna pray that Bakersfield gets it right. The FBI, Cal City, that they can bring forth a resolution to the situation about the kids. I really hope there's an ending soon, because I really thought by last month we would be, you know what I mean, an arrest. But I don't know what they know and don't know. But I'm ready for this to end. I'm really ready for this to end, because this is getting old to me. And because all this old clown show that's going on YouTube, I've had enough of that. I've had enough of that. Because I ain't never seen nothing like this pertaining to some missing kids ever in my life. This is way out of control. But I thank you all for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. I may jump back on with a part 2. But I want to thank you all. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129. Thank you all so much for your kind words and support. I really appreciate it. And we're just going to pray they get this right. Thank you all for joining me. I'm gone. Thank you so much. Bye.